Tatúense en sus brazos. Policías, los grandes secciones del mundo, los que protegen a Frena.
Como pueden escuchar, ahí está la petición de los ciudadanos que todavía siguen aquí en la Plaza de la Constitución, de que pues gritan la misma consigna: fuera Frena. Como ven, nosotros salimos ahorita por ese arco, pero ya pusieron también oficiales. Todo esto ya no había oficiales y los acaban de poner en el momento que pues, se dieron cuenta que de un lado del campamento estaban lanzando láser. No sé si para disuadir o cuál fue la situación.
¿Qué pasó, güey?
Hey, what's up, guys? Whoops, back, welcome to the stream. Hey, man, sorry, dude, I missed your dono last night, so I got off the stream. My bad, dude. But thanks, dude. Noah Michael. Welcome, Daniel Bruce. Press up Browzone. Caesar. Aguare. Russell Benefield Jr. When your sound work. Couldn't hear it. Did you hear your sound, Russell?
La India, pero déjenme pasar, pero estamos pidiendo que
aquí es obligatorio que dejen pasar. Aquí si quieres no, aquí sí. Es libre tránsito, artículo 11. Es artículo 11, libre tránsito, caminando. ¿Cuál es el problema? Saca tu constitución. Saca tu constitución y si no te salen los artículos.
Como pueden ver, nos están aventando el láser.
Y ya nada
Se
más.
alcanzan a ver el láser.
Déjenos salir, nada más.
Hablar con el mando, que nos deje por favor pasar. Queremos salir, llámale porque no nos vamos a ir a dar la vuelta.
Oye, no manches, ¿cómo que también nos van a bloquear aquí? Oye, pues, ¿qué pasó? El libre Zócalo, eso es libre. ¿Cuál es el problema? Todo es el pueblo. Es del suelo, todo.
So Studio, welcome.
Si no están disciplinados,
They're
pónganse a
Crane.
estudiar un poquito. Analicen lo que hacen ustedes.
Yeah, it's Mexico.
Están violando un artículo 11.
X-Men, thanks, yeah. Hey, if you wanted,
Cerraron el paso.
yeah, it's all good.
Los ciudadanos pues están molestos.
Saben que están violando la Constitución.
Hay alguno que otro
Hey,
jaloneo.
Kyles, welcome back. Let's see if it's working, man.
Detengan también esos cuates y no te les esos equipos. O sea, no se vale.
I won't tell your mother about this.
Allá también.
Let's turn it a little bit, because they do get loud.
I won't tell your mother about this.
So with a J. Barbara, hey. Peace Empress. Something.
No puede pasar como un anónimo.
Claro que no. Mira, sigue con ese láser.
Alright, smoke from the indica. Nice. What you smoking on, B1? By the way, PS5 on deck. I haven't even taken it out of the cardboard. The brown box. It just got here like 10 minutes ago.
Y 10 personas allá de la Constitución, violando la Constitución,
con la jefa de gobierno y el secretario de Seguridad Ciudadana. ¿Qué está
están haciendo. Querían que son los que imparten justicia, cuidan el orden.
No vamos a hacer nada.
Están
Lo hicimos hace rato, no lo vamos a hacer ahorita. Ya nos vamos.
Nada más que rompan el cerco y nos vamos.
A la policía. ¿Cuál es el problema? Que nos dejen pasar. ¿Cuál es el problema? Que nos dejen pasar. Por supuesto. Mira, como ahorita amenazando, no nos dejan salir. ¿Cuál es el problema? Que nos dejen pasar.
Vienen a provocar.
¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? Todos estamos iguales.
Yeah, pray later. Pretty good idea, Spag. Dad Betty, Willie Johnson, welcome to Parks Padman Gandhi, Patrick Bevan. Welcome, guys. Hey, we need a translator. I still don't know why they're pissed off in Mexico, actually. I'll look it up.
En el artículo 39 también violan. Están violando. Opinan ellos. Artículo 129 están violando.
Baby, come back.
Nancy Lords, me acabo de conectar. ¿Qué sucede? Bueno,
They live in paradise. What's the problem?
hace aproximadamente unos 30 minutos bajó un representante del gobierno de la Ciudad de México a tratar de pues dialogar con los ciudadanos que todavía seguían pues inconformes por esta situación de frena. Y pues no prosperaron esas plásticas porque pues iba sumando gente que iba pasando, ¿no? Es la hora de la salida aquí de las oficinas y todo el paso y todo. Bueno, el hecho es de que no prosperaron esas pláticas y pues el representante de la Ciudad de México pues tuvo como que en cierta manera pues pasarse a retirar, ¿no? Porque había ya pues algunos jaloneos, algunos reclamos fuertes, ¿no? De que cómo es posible que ese exceso policial hacia los ciudadanos que se están manifestando de este lado de contra de frena se les encapsule, como una vez más ya volvieron a sacar a los policías, ¿no? Esa agresión hacia ellos, entonces era su molestia. Y pues en cierto momento, como te comentaba, no prosperaron esas pláticas y pues en todo el trayecto que usó la persona que venía por parte del gobierno central, pues hubo ahí algunas palabras fuertes, inclusive con una botella en su cara, ¿no? En una botella vacía ahí, le dieron fuerte y pues los ciudadanos pegados a la valla, pues siguiendo, ¿no? Gritando consignas contra frena porque pues les aventaban el láser ahí del lado de frena, están lanzando láser y pues ya se habían calentado los ánimos, empezaron a jalonear la reja de protección y pues llegaron más oficiales, como los puedes ver, y más oficiales de los que había, inclusive cerraron una parte más del Zócalo para no permitir el paso al circuito del Zócalo. Entonces eso es lo que pasó a grandes rasgos. Ahorita el ánimo está caliente pues porque los ciudadanos quieren ya cruzar del otro lado de donde están los oficiales.
Stop talking to me. That's all I want. I'd rather hear these horns than hear him talking because I don't know what he's saying. At least I know what horn means.
Inti y Brian. Interesante.
We're back in Peru.
Buena frase, hermanos. Acá vemos el sitio donde fueron, pues se les está recordando.
Man, now he's talking.
obviamente que...
Hey, these guys just shut the fuck up. Can't you just shut up and let us hear the horns? Huh? Oh shit. Horns. What are the horns for if we're not gonna listen to them? I'm here for the horns. You know? I'm musical.
22 y 24 años. San Marcos se concentra bonito, ¿no? Qué hermoso.
Do you hear those two tones? Tonal. Bitonal. This is a bitonal horns. That's what I'm here for. Hey, dude. I don't know what you're here for. That's what I'm here for. Alright. Let's get this shit right.
Vamos a ver acá. Mira, hermano. Mira, ven para acá.
Oh, we gotta go fucking full Peru. Woo, you gotta give it all. Give them all. Give them all the info. What?
Es el resultado de muchas personas que han puesto una vela, un cartel,
what am I doing?
algunos ramos de flores, rosas, algunas banderitas. Interesante, porque se hace como una especie de centro de refugio para los fallecidos en un lugar donde probablemente hayan sido, pues, hermanos, alcanzados con los gases lacrimógenos.
If you're drunk, you're definitely here for the horns too.
Hay una serie de ramos. Vemos ahí también, esperemos pues que el Estado reconozca a los padres de familia de los hermanos Inti y Brian.
Sweet. You got it. I did it.
Ahí está
Hey, who got a joint in the bucket? When that happened?
Los jovencitos han sido organizados también, ¿no?
I don't know what's happening. Oh yeah, hey, Spec, did you get one in last night when you donated?
Dice que ya acabó todo, dice, pero la gente que sigue organizándose, porque no es este miserable del morado de Sagástegui, que es parte de la derecha neoliberal, que tiene que caer también. Vemos ahí una constitución en el sitio. Como dijo Pacha, su hermano de Inti, ¿no? Yo quiero cambio de constitución. No he venido por Vizcarra, dice. Entonces muchos jóvenes tienen que llevarse esa lectura de la realidad social, de que no es por un presidente, sino
Peru
es por un cambio de modelo económico que los tiene así. La clase media empobrecida y el pobre en pobreza extrema, hermanos.
You didn't. Oh, man.
Vamos a ver acá, estamos con responsable también. Caso de emergencia, si cae un combate.
We made one in right now, though. That was the re-roll, since I didn't see it last night. So you at least get $10,000.
El selfie, ¿ah?
Saludos, papá, saludos.
Para Laura.
Ahí está Telmo.
Para Laura, con cariño. Vamos a Perú.
Chévere, papá, chévere. Gracias. Vamos a estar acá. Hay que andar de 2, de 3, porque no desaparecen nuestros tomos.
I know you did, but you got one in right now on the re-roll. I didn't see it last night, so it didn't count.
Una investigación exhaustiva. ¿Dónde están los detenidos que hasta ahora no aparecen y no regresan a
Payback
casa?
for me missing the donation. The dono last night. I totally didn't hear it.
Estamos hablando de cuántas personas, hermano, confirmen. Porque es exagerado.
Back in this
En
water. I need
Ayotzinapa, los estudiantes en México fueron prácticamente desaparecidos, hasta ahora no se sabe. Y acá en el Perú no se debe repetir, pues. Basta con la muerte de los dos hermanos que están allí. Están los hermanos. Compañeros. Están los hermanos ahí. Vamos. Gracias, padre. En quechua, nuestro dialecto de los incas, hermanos. Acá vemos la barra. Acá en este sitio es donde falleció Brian. Más jóvenes, ¿no?
I'm rich, bitch.
Sigue la movilización. Estos muchachos son de 18 años, 20 años, 22. Está bien, ¿ah? Conciencia total. Jovencitos ahí. Ahí están los muchachos ahí. Bien, hermano, bien. ¿De qué distrito eres, hermano? Distrito.
Detenida.
¿De qué distrito, muchachos? Comas. Ahí está puro Inti, Brian, como miércoles, callado, manada, hermano. Ahora también vamos ahí a San Marcos.
Whoa.
¡Silencio!
They beat that car up? No.
Vamos a hacer un minuto de silencio acá en el sitio donde unos 30 metros fue pues en un ataque furtivo de gas lacrimógeno. Fueron pues hermanos aniquilados prácticamente. Pues, que de manera pacífica vinieron acá a protestar.
That's some fire CO2 wax, dude.
Qué triste.
He's leaving, isn't he?
Atenten contra los hijos del pueblo cuando estamos simplemente defendiendo nuestros derechos, a una buena educación, a que nuestro gobierno no sea corrupto. Precisamente es este tipo de consecuencias que se introduzca la.
They should tell you what kind of oil it is, whether it's BHO or CO2 or what.
Para que no se permitan estos atropellos para el ciudadano peruano.
Bueno, hermano, gracias, hermano.
That smells like some fruit, bro. Biscotti? It smells like fruit.
Exigimos
I didn't know.
levantar la inmunidad parlamentaria. Interesante, esto es proyecto que se ha quedado en el tapete y es cierto, hermano, para que se
English
investigue
keyboard,
todo.
what do you-
Muerte también civil, es otro
What do you wish
proyecto,
you
hermanos,
had?
contra la corrupción. Asamblea Constituyente, claro, pues esa es. Asamblea Constituyente, soberana popular. ¿Qué opinas
Okay.
tú? La prensa dice que se
So,
vayan
so
a su
far
casa,
we
ya acabó
went
todo, ya
from
tenemos presidentes. Acá, habla acá. Acá habla.
Cancun.
Todavía tenemos que
Actually, were we even in Cancun? I don't know. It was some outside of Cancun, actually. It was some tropical.
El paso de los jóvenes de 18 a 20 años que protestan es un avance ahora, ¿cierto?
Let's see what they
Claro, es
said.
un avance. Obviamente, para el pueblo.
Gracias, papá. Agacharse. Bueno, sé que agacharnos, hermano, respetar también el colectivismo. Hay que agacharnos, hermano. Ahí está.
It's in a place, I believe, called
Como hacían los
Quatano
antiguos, los
Roo.
antepasados, los incas.
Quatano Roo.
Ahí cuando veneraban o hacían fiestas a la naturaleza. Esta vez a Inti y a
Wow, look at that.
Brian. Un minuto de silencio.
Like, I think this is where we were yesterday. Is this that little? Oh, you can't see. Boom. Is that where Cancun is? Also, that red area. It's the state of Quatano Roo. That shit sounds dope. Why are they leaving maybe? What's the deal with the bass drum? Passion by color. Passion. What does that mean? Are these half black Mexicans or something? This is a half black Mexican protest. Black African Mexicans' lives matter. African. Oh wait, we're in Peru. African Peruvians' lives matter. Hey, why not? My nose is running. What do you mean chill? I don't know what's going on, dude. I'm not allowed to say stupid shit.
Bueno, Cristian Blas, no compartimos con tu propuesta de que la prensa logró o no logró
I'm not
nada.
saying anything hateful. I'm actually saying something positive.
Así que no puedes lograr nada si no estás del lado del pueblo. Si la prensa hubiese sido del pueblo, hubiese logrado una traición, pero no es nada. Los medios de comunicación son prensa de la élite, de la élite, de los grupos de poder, el grupo comercio. Por lógica, hermano, la prensa no ha logrado ni un objetivo de nada. Los morados no nos representan.
Fury with the
Después de la Asamblea Constituyente cambia constitución. Y también sabemos cuál es la posición de clase de la media de prensa basura. Así que te sugiero que te informes bien. Infórmate bien con respecto a lo que tú dices. No hay argumento válido no hay fundamento en lo que tú hablas.
I didn't even write it down.
Porque la prensa jamás estuvo al lado del pueblo.
No one told me. Is
Si
that
la
the
prensa
same as
decía que estaban en
Cancun?
las calles, era puro oportunismo barato para, pues, hermano, de alguna manera imponer, pues, su agenda de lucha. Por esa razón, hermanos, infórmate bien, tienes que tener más criterio, análisis, ¿ya? O salvo que sea fujimorista o aprista, ¿no? Y estés confundiendo, intentando confundir a la gente.
Where are we?
Entonces,
Peru.
el resultado de los jóvenes, el salir a las calles, hasta ahora, nos da a entender de que ahora están planteando cambio de constitución y en una asamblea constituyente. Entonces es muy importante de que este es un proceso, nadie lo hace de la noche a la mañana.
Jack. I'm surprised you're able to do that.
Bueno, Milo Pescano, no se trata de buenas ideas, se trata de hacer un diagnóstico de la realidad social, ¿no? Claro. O sea, yo puedo tener una buena idea, si mi idea se sujeta a la realidad, si mi idea se cumple en la realidad. Yo puedo querer que todos sean felices, que no haya pobreza, esa es buena idea, pero a ver, planteo en la realidad, no es fácil plantear la realidad. Las buenas ideas están de acuerdo, se sujetan en la ciencia social, en las ciencias humanas. Entonces hay que tener criterio cuando hablamos de buenas ideas. Yo puedo tener miles de ideas ahorita que se acabe, que no haya hambre, pero ¿y qué me garantiza que mis ideas van a ser correctas? Hay buenas ideas, eso se llama aventurerismo. Dicen, matan a la gente, pero jamás sus ideales.
Whoa, what the Hey,
bueno,
I do love my crystals.
¿Qué te
I mean,
puedo
I
decir?
can watch
Pues,
that on the
ya
side
me entiendes
even.
lo que te estoy
You
hablando.
got, baby?
Y
What you
sigues,
got?
sigues.
Hey.
O a ti te duele que Keiko Fujimori y el APRA van a desaparecer. ¿Por qué van a desaparecer? Políticamente, la derecha conservadora tiene una confrontación contra la derecha bruta y achorada del afrofujimorismo. Y en el fondo, hermanos, vemos de que no les interesa la lucha popular de algunos que usan de argumento que la prensa utilizó a la gente.
Oh shit,
Eso
Rosa.
es totalmente absurdo.
Hold on.
¿Por qué? Porque
we gotta go check in on
nosotros,
Rosa
hermanos,
doing
hemos
something in
visto
her
que en 5
bedroom.
días
I mean,
las Fuerzas Armadas le quitan el respaldo a
Let's
Merino
go.
porque se dieron
What's
cuenta que los
happening
jóvenes ya
with
se estaban
you,
organizando
girl?
más, ¿cierto o no? Hasta ahora los hemos visto. Y entonces, es creciendo el poder popular. Entonces, ¿qué dijeron? Mejor lo abandonamos. ¿Te das cuenta?
Are you ready for this? Hey.
Looking at lockdowns and things like that, like I'm pretty sure, like in New England, like the numbers.
Oh man, she got music going. Got the music going, bro.
So I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty up there, though. You know what I mean, as far as COVID. And like as those numbers climb.
Are you on the junk again? Hey, you acting like you on that junk again.
So,
you know, look.
For me, I start defining unrest.
I gotta go. You got this music going, man.
By
the way, Hyphonics got me yesterday on that song. It was the only thing that got me. The snake video that I thought was going to get me got me. The guy in the middle of the street that they pulled out of the street in Long Beach because he was blocking the train got me. The Russian music when Russia was protesting got me. I went and looked at some shit today. I was like, what? Oh, there's more. I'm not remembering all of them. There's a couple I'm forgetting, but. Dude.
¿Qué tal, hermano Iván? ¿Qué tal, papá? Magyacta. Unas palabras, hermano.
Venimos acá porque queremos el cambio de constitución.
There was another one there. I was like, oh, I bet that just got me, and it did. That one got me too. I forget what it was now.
Hacer el adelanto de elecciones en febrero. No se pueden quedar 4 o 5 meses más.
Oh, it was a SoundCloud fucking singer after a speech or something. I was like, oh man, see, this is a new thing. They got SoundCloud rappers at the end of these speeches, so you have to listen to them. Yeah, that one actually got me.
De las FPs y la ONP. Ellos tienen que saber, ellos siempre han votado en contra. Por eso necesitamos ahora una asamblea constituyente, cambio de constitución. Esta constitución fujimorista que no nos representa para nada. Eso es lo que queremos, que todos nos unamos.
I think YouTube can tell that I'm trying, though, at least. Because these other streamers are probably getting shit tons of copyright strikes or not infringements and shit. I only get like a couple on an 11-hour, 12-hour stream. That's pretty epic. And it's rare that I get them. But a little help from you guys too. You guys definitely help. Discount that shit. Uh-oh, we got a transgender talking via television. that still going to be there when I get there? She might be gone when I get
Así
there.
tienen que ser las jóvenes, sacar lo consciente que son ellas. Acá vemos ahí, maldito sea, dice. Hermana, el cartelito.
She also might not actually be
Maldito sea el soldado que apunta con su arma a su propio pueblo.
transgender.
Gracias.
Damn, I lost it.
Todos los hermanos ahí.
There it is.
El hecho que los jóvenes tengan su digamos, su...
Oh, she's gone.
cultura súper.
Is this live? Performance in Mexico? Oh, it's too blurry, bro. And they're not throwing stuff at each other. I thought they were mad. Never mind.
Morado se pone de acuerdo con la mafia fujimorista, como lo dijo Iván, ¿no? Claro. Hermano, nosotros hemos luchado por el tema de la ONP y la FP. Hemos luchado, hemos estado ahí en primera fila y conocemos a los compañeros de la FP. ¿O cuando no hemos, ustedes piensan que recién hemos estado acá luchando? Siempre hemos luchado desde el inicio, desde la pandemia. Entonces, pues, hermanos, ¿qué nos van a decir a nosotros, hermanos? Entonces, no
es evidente que no van a darle la FP porque hay intereses que no les convienen. Entonces,
y habrá que salir.
La constitución política es lo que permite que se den todas estas normas, estas leyes que están en contra de los intereses del bienestar del ciudadano. Y es para su bienestar incluir sus necesidades básicas. Y no lo sacan. Entonces,
do they still have tribes out in the rainforest and shit that are cannibals out there in Peru? Is that the thing? I'm looking into it. I'm getting my Jesse.
Los mismos jóvenes han ido tomando conciencia de la importancia de conocer nuestra realidad política y sobre todo entender que las reglas del juego que está en la Constitución tienen que ser cambiadas a favor del pueblo.
Hell yeah, there are.
Llevamos
What do you mean?
el bicentenario, ¿sí? Y seguimos en un estado colonial. Seguimos
still practice it. Let's see.
Hemos retrocedido.
Southeastern Papa could be one of the last surviving faiths. Is that close?
Hemos perdido una buena educación, hemos perdido tener una vida mucho más digna.
You never know what's in that rainforest, dude.
¿Qué es lo que permite todo esto? Es la constitución espuria del
ants are in there. Sean Connery found them ants and he cured fucking cancer, dude. Remember that shit?
Intereses internacionales.
It's in the ants.
Entonces, eso es lo que tenemos que estudiar y entender a medida que debemos y analizar la situación en base a ese criterio.
I'm just putting him in a movie he wasn't even in.
Los acontecimientos. Y vincularnos de nuestros propios intereses para poder ver un futuro más de progreso
R.I.P. Sean, by the way, Mr. Connery. Love you, man. Mars, ants, cancer. Let's see if that comes up with some shit.
Estamos haciendo ya una especie de, digamos, reflexión de la parte final de estas acciones.
I'll put Sean Connery next to it. That'll figure it out right now.
Christian Bless.
You know, Sean, come to me. Medicine Man, and it was him.
Este Christian Bless es bien terco, hermano. ¿Cómo podemos hacer, hermano?
Darle la oportunidad.
A ver, Christian Bless.
Si un fujimorista ha podido cambiar de...
Te pregunto, a ver, mira, Christian Bless. Hablemos tú y yo. Acá están las 500 personas que te están viendo. Pero respóndeme porque yo te voy a leer.
I bet that movie made a bunch of biologists.
¿Qué opinas? A ver,
actually, because it like opened up people's minds dramatically. I know it did me. I was 12 when that came out. So I was probably 13 when I saw it. Like maybe when it came out to...
¿Qué opinas? Te voy a leer.
Vamos, date tu opinión, hermano, para que podamos de una manera...
Gracias a quién entró el morado. Al Congreso,
maybe it
pues,
is in an
a la
ant. Maybe it
mayoría.
is. The cure for cancer is inside of another animal. That's how it's going to be.
A los centauros. Morado, ¿cuántos congresistas son ellos? ¿Ah? ¿Y tú crees que los morados van a batutear a todo el Congreso? Ha habido votación de mesa
directiva. What the hell is this guy talking about, dude? He's got me sidetracked.
Gracias a quién entró al Congreso. ¿A quién entró al Congreso? Los morados. ¿A la marcha?
Rambling at the camera now, making me want to do that. How about that? You get a little shit. Alright, so I got something else for us. I'm past my 10-minute mark. I'm allowed to cuss now, right? Oh, yeah. I heard somebody say that today. It's like, I'm trying not to curse in the first 10 minutes. I guess that's the thing. Okay. Okay, so the where is it? There it is. The mayor just gave a little talk here, and I'd kind of like to see what the heck is going on with LA, because California has been hit really hard.
Message of
with coronavirus.
The risk of this disease has never been higher, and the accelerating pace of infections has never been swifter. Infections are up, hospitals are fuller. This virus is causing more people in more places more rapidly to get sick than any time since the earliest days of this crisis. Los Angeles is in a very dangerous situation. The alarm bells are ringing, and now is the time when I want you to feel the power that you have, the time that we can turn this surge around. We have done this, Angelenos, and we will do it again. And if we don't change our behavior, we know what we will see: more deaths, more financial hardship, and more suffering. Since LA is now home to the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, let me put this in a baseball metaphor. We're somewhere maybe around the bottom of the fifth or the bottom of the sixth, and we're on the field. And the bases are filling up.
Are they
we have to defend the lead that we have and defend the field that is ours if we are going to make it through with a victory. It's always the toughest time when you're at that halfway or just past halfway mark, when you don't know what you have left in your reserves, when you've done everything you can and you think you don't have anything left in the tank.
The dude's walking somewhere in Peru, but he's showing his face the whole time.
As Angelenos have showed us throughout this, I know that we can and will get through these days.
Or we could watch.
We want to get to a vaccine without having to shut down the economy anymore. And we want to get to the vaccine without experiencing a massive loss of life. That is our collective goal. So tonight, I'm calling on every Angeleno to step up and to take action to stop the spread of this virus. I told you that one thing you could be rest assured of: we would never stop working for you.
I don't do background checks on a lot of people, not even ones in my building, because they came from under these
bridges. This is live. I don't know what's going on.
Like I say, you know, you gonna come, I'm gonna love you, you gonna love me, and we gonna be normal. I don't care if you killed up. You could have walked up on here and somebody say he just shot up the whole shopping mall. I'm gonna be like, you okay? You want something to eat?
Okay, COVID or this lady under the bridge?
Yep. Go lay it down and get some rest in the morning. I'll see you in the morning.
I probably want to watch
I'll
this.
be in with coffee and donuts. The normal.
You okay? I don't even know what's going on. She's just talking.
I told y'all guys, I gotta be therapy and everything. I'm not gonna be a relationship counselor though.
From providing tests to paying rent, from equipping our hospitals to feeding vulnerable seniors, we're going to keep doing everything we can inside your city governments and your county government to make sure you are safe and that we protect our livelihoods and economy. But we all must up our game in these days, and we all have a role to play, not as passive bystanders, but as active participants and lifesavers.
There's Peru,
So let me
just in
begin with
case
new
anything starts popping
guidelines
off.
for
He's
travel.
still walking around.
Governor Newsom on Friday announced a travel advisory and asked us all to cancel all out-of-state travel and to stay local. If you are traveling back into California or welcoming guests, the state asks you and all visitors arriving in our state to self-quarantine for 14 days. But let me be even clearer. If you don't have essential travel, don't travel. If you don't have to take a trip as an essential worker or because of a family emergency, don't travel. And if you do have to travel, you will have to quarantine. Not for a day or two, not for a positive test or two, for 14 days. That's the guidance right now from our public health at the national level and local level. Later, I'll share with you what we're going to do to help those who absolutely have to travel be even safer. Second, let me update you on enforcement. The City of Los Angeles will ramp up our enforcement of the county's current public health rules. I have directed our city departments to expand enforcement efforts for businesses that are still not in compliance with our public health protocols. And we will issue citations under the Administrative Citation Enforcement Program and revoke permits for businesses who violate our requirements and put all of us at risk. I want you to understand how serious this moment is and what has led us to take these extraordinary steps. I shared with you the national and state numbers, but now let me share our numbers here. In LA County, we've seen cases double since last month. In fact, if we took this Saturday's statistic, that's just one day, they've tripled. And we're seeing the highest daily case numbers since the middle of July. Today in our county, we had 2,795 new infections, 1,245 here in the city of LA. The transmission rate is up. We've passed that one threshold. And we now believe it to be at 1.03, meaning each person who's infected is infecting more than one person. Hospitalizations are up. In our general emergency hospitals, 1,126 people are hospitalized for COVID-19. Remember when we just had about 700? This is a 7.3% increase just since yesterday, to give you a sense of the pace of this. Across the county, there are just 557 available beds, including 451 acute care beds and 106 ICU beds. 106 ICU beds available, but we have 308 ICU patients as of today who are severely sick, a staggering increase since last month when just 170 people were in those beds. And while the county reported 6 new deaths today, and every death is always a tragedy, and more accurately, not a statistic but a person, a beloved Angelino to be mourned. This statistic we know is a lagging indicator, and we know these numbers will most likely rise and rise dramatically in the weeks ahead. The situation in LA is more concerning than it's ever been. I don't say this to scare you. I don't say this to try to spin the numbers. It is just the truth that right now is the toughest moment we have faced. And we're entering an even more dangerous time. We have no reason to believe that a worst case scenario can't happen here in our city and county. In other words, just because we've done so well doesn't make us immune. From the worst images we see, people who are dying in the hallways of hospitals in Italy, what we saw in New York, with trailers for bodies outside of hospitals that ran out of space. So I want to be frank and I want to be sober about where we stand with this virus. In the short term, over the next 3 months, the only thing standing up between this city and a worst case outcome is us. So here's what we can do right now. First, we must stay at home as much as possible for the next 2 to 3 weeks, except for accessing essential services, food, and outdoor exercise. This is a good time to FaceTime with loved ones, make a dent in your Netflix queue, and to put off social plans altogether. This simple action will help bring Los Angeles back from the brink. Use delivery services instead of going to the store if you can to protect our workers.
Yes, it's expensive.
Before you leave your house, ask yourself whether this outing is essential, and if it isn't, for these next few weeks,
they need to somehow reduce the prices of these fucking delivery services, man, because they're price gouging us.
People we hadn't seen in a long time and strangers were infectious. We need to get back to that and assume that everyone you encounter outside your household is infectious. Everyone. Don't take shortcuts. Don't assume just because it's somebody that you know or you've talked to frequently on the phone that you're going to be okay if you get together personally. Our motto is clear. Don't share your air. This is how the virus spreads, when we share our air. And the 3 C's, remember those? Crowds, confined spaces, and close contact are all extremely risky. If you're dining outdoors, it's not an excuse not to wear your mask for 2 hours. Put it back on when you're not eating or drinking. Keep your distance. And right now, wear a mask anytime you're out of your home. What? We all still see too many people not wearing masks when the science is well settled. And we know that thousands of lives, it is our greatest weapon to save lives. Third, stop gathering. County Public Health is determined. People always ask me, Mayor, what is the source of this? What stores? What industry? It's really the gatherings that are happening on a social basis, casually. Maybe you got together with friends to watch the game and it was more than 3 households, or you decided to go inside and open up the windows in violation of public health directives.
Windows?
We cannot afford to have gatherings be the spread that we see. It's not just what's open and closed, it's where we go and what we do. So don't do stupid things, and don't do risky things. Our economy and our lives depend on your good judgment. It's important to understand why gatherings are so dangerous right now. So I just want to spend a second
windows
there.
won't keep it.
The same pattern has emerged
I think is what
with
he's
other
saying.
respiratory pathogens,
with a large group in your
like
home.
1918 influenza and the 2009 swine flu pandemics. The virus spreads most rapidly in the fall and the winter, partially because there's colder and drier air. And more people are moving their activities indoors where there's no natural circulation, no direct sunlight, and viruses love these settings. So viruses can't wait often for the fall and the winter to thrive. And that's why we've long stressed that outdoor activities are safer and indoor crowding and gatherings create great risks.
Down in Peru,
and our
homie.
bodies are also more likely to retain virus in winter because fluids in our body become thicker, making it easier for the virus to stick to your cells when the virus enters our airways, causing us to get infected. So here's the bottom line. If you're getting together with others inside your home or at a friend's house, you need to stop. And any gatherings must include no more than 3 households for no more than 2 hours outdoors with every person socially distanced and wearing a mask. And you know what's better than 3 households? 2. And you know what's better than 2? 1. So if you can see these folks virtually, put it off. You might just save someone's life. I know it is too painful for us to remember some of this risk and to think about the loss around us. And for families like mine who have lost somebody, it is something that we carry with us every single day. There are simply too many heartbreaking cautionary tales, like this August, a couple in Maine who said, we'll just have a small wedding with only close family and friends. That intimate gathering of just a few people became a deadly super spreader event, ultimately resulting in 175 people being infected and tragically causing at least 7 Americans to die.
What categorizes as a super
that can
spreader?
happen here. It's not that we're going to have 175 people around us, but if we're all cutting corners, gathering with a handful suddenly becomes 25, becomes 125, and it spreads quickly with just 1 or 2 people removed from those that we spend time with. I know this is inconvenient, but for the medical professional who's been working back-to-back shifts, who's not seen 1 or 2 or 3 waves, but only 1 ongoing wave for 8 months, for the cashier who's bagging your groceries and she's still now frightened as cases surge about her family, for the person you will never meet but who is those 2 or 3 people removed from you that you could infect and who will suffer greatly and die as a result, this small sacrifice will mean everything. Thanksgiving is not an excuse to break this rule. The CDC has updated guidance for the holiday, urging all Americans to celebrate virtually or with members just of your own household. This is what you need to do this year. Don't travel to visit family in other cities or host others from out of town or other households if possible. For Thanksgiving, please don't eat or gather indoors with people who don't live in your home. And if you have plans to celebrate the holiday with others who are not in your household, you must do so outdoors and safely distanced and not go over those 2 hours. Everybody needs to wear a mask when they're not eating. And if you need any evidence of what's at stake, just look to our neighbors in Canada, where there's generally been much less spread. But they celebrate their Thanksgiving, as we know, a month earlier than us. And health data from the Canadian province of Alberta shows that their Thanksgiving on October 12th led to huge spikes in infections in the cities of Calgary and Edmonton and throughout the province. So here in the US, let's show our gratitude by staying safe and staying apart and being thankful for the living among us. Take the precautions to ensure the people we love are still here to gather next Thanksgiving, when we can once again be together. Finally, I want to focus on one other critical action you can take to keep yourself and your city safe, which is to know your COVID-19 status. As I've said before, tests aren't a passport to party, and they aren't a passport to travel on unneeded travel. But tonight, I'd like to announce a dramatic expansion of our testing program to respond to this moment and its danger. The surging demand that can help you and your family stay safe this winter. Over the coming week, first, we're going to be expanding our mobile testing program by 2/3. from 3 to 5 units, each of which tests 200 to 500 people a day, continuing to serve the highest need areas of our city, not waiting for them to come to us, but coming to them. And second, we're going to bring testing to the airport. Again, this is not something to encourage you to suddenly travel on planes, only if it's essential or an emergency. But at LAX, we will be offering PCR tests with the results within 24 hours at Tom Bradley International
Have they made
Terminal
the test better?
And Terminals 2 and 6 beginning early this week.
Is it still a nasal
This
swab?
is the first step towards the full testing facility and lab that will open there during the first week of December, providing multiple testing options, including rapid testing and PCR and antigen tests for passengers and employees. To be clear, don't travel unless you must. But we are closely following data throughout this emergency, making sure we know where people are getting infected and how we can surge resources to those areas. I'm proud we were the first big city in America to appoint a chief equity officer to look at how this disproportionately was impacting communities of color, low-income communities, immigrant communities, and others. Just as our successful strategies helped us be one of the few cities in America to bring African American deaths down to under the proportion of the African American population in general, by taking tests to communities that were overlooked and underserved, we're going to use that same methodology and continue to throughout this crisis. And today, data shows that infection rates are spiking, especially at especially dangerous levels in the Northeast San Fernando Valley, with 9 of the 10 neighborhoods with the highest increases in recent weeks located there. So today we're going to be taking action. Monday, November 23rd, we will open a super walk-up site in the Northeast Valley.
That's not where the sex
the location
industry
is still being
it?
worked on, but we will have it open by then to provide approximately 3,000 additional daily COVID and flu tests, flu shots, and rapid antigen testing for people with symptoms to serve the communities of San Fernando, the city of San Fernando, the communities of Pacoima, Sunland, Tujunga, and Sylmar. At city sites this week, we've also dramatically increased from just what was about 23,000 tests a couple weeks ago of capacity to 34,000 people we can test each day. And thank you to so many Angelinos who took that text that we sent to you seriously and got your test done. And as always, testing appointments are available 7 days a week for anyone with or without symptoms. And let me thank again our incredible partners at CORE who have been doing an extraordinary job volunteering to staff those sites, along our brave men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department, as well as everybody working in the county and other testing centers throughout.
So it's probably San Fernando
To find one of the
Valley,
more than
right?
100 testing locations, please visit coronavirus.lacity.org/testing or just call us at 311. And if you think you might have been exposed, get tested immediately and quarantine. I think some people have slipped on that. Get tested and quarantine until you've received a negative result. But remember, your test result is just a snapshot of your status the moment you took the test, and you can still manifest the virus even if it didn't show up.
Yeah,
I've been
here we
so
go.
proud of you, of what Angelinos have done to
How
protect
LA's
one
Porn
another,
Valley became
to
the
avert
adult
a
entertainment
massive
capital
outbreak.
of the world.
As I said, the first to shut things down,
It's
the
the
first
Porn
to
Valley,
mask,
right?
the
San
first to
Fernando
eliminate the
Valley.
disparity of deaths
There
for
you
Black
go.
Americans. But this is a different kind of moment.
9 out of the 10 of the neighborhoods in San Fernando
If we don't
Valley.
make these decisions
have-
now, there really is only one outcome.
You should have said
We
it like
will
that.
almost certainly have to shut things down again.
You couldn't do that.
And more people will get sick and die. We've seen and
remember
felt
that.
too much loss here in Los Angeles.
Dang.
We've endured way too much grief. And we've said goodbye to too many of our beloved to not finish this fight strong.
Heathens. The damn
When those
porn
people
stars
that
are
we
going
love
to kill us
fell
all
ill,
off, man. Stop.
They were raising
Stop
children. They were building
Weirdos.
careers. They had dreams left. Whether they were retired or whether they were younger, they were pursuing their passions. They were our neighbors. They were us. And when they died, they were alone. And they were isolated. They were forced away from the people they loved in the moments they needed them most.
Oh, we get it. It's a fucking bitch, dude.
I know it hurts to remember that. And it
Masks
hurts to think about
constantly,
that.
I guess.
But we have to remember that now, every day. This tragedy is global, but it's felt so local. It's felt in households and work sites, and neighborhoods and communities. And it's our shared responsibility, each and every one of us, to help move our city from grief to grace, from suffering to strength. and to call on the memory of those who have passed on, to summon the very best of our Angelino spirit to lead with love and with our smarts and with our guts in the service of our highest value, which is protecting human life. That is our mission, one that we will look back on years and decades from now and tell our children and our grandchildren about how Los Angeles survived its toughest fight, its greatest challenge, and we did.
No, you're gonna say it in Spanish now.
Pero gracias igual si es colaboración para poder comprar más cosas, hermano. Saludos a Irma Alvarado, saludos hermano, saludos a todos, compartan hermano, Roy Frey Choco, o Choque Champi, Anki, mañana con tu cartel de una constitución.
Maple kettle corn.
Javier Urbina, Andrés, recibiste mi cariño. ¿Qué cariño, Urbina? John Soto Zúñiga, mándale saludos a Turri. Saludos, camarada Turri. No, Turri está acá en Lima, antes me he visto con él. Angélica Marín Polish, Angélica, saludos a Javier Urbina, Andrés, Nueva Constitución.
We back to the horns, y'all. Come on, I see y'all dropping out like flies and shit. Going over some honey and get stuck. Can't watch that now. You get stuck over there, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see it. I'll find out about it. And then I might just talk to that content creator. I look for all of you constantly. I'll find you.
Saludos, muchas bendiciones, Javier Urbina. Muy buena transmisión, dice Jessica Bazán.
Content creators.
Saludos a Jessica Bazán, a Moisés, a Javier Urbina, a Miguel Fernández. Lo votaron al Turri, dice, ¿no?
Don't get cut off, man.
Operadores del APP, Víctor Andrés García Belaúd y Rodríguez Canseco.
Saludos desde Cañete, a Cañete.
Saludos a Chaclacayo, dice Villanueva, de Cañete, Cajamarca.
No, not all of it.
Solrac CQ, desde Bélgica.
Póngase nombres más entendibles.
Hermanos, compartan, pues hermanos, compartan, denle like, hermanos. Eso que estamos en una pequeña. Vamos a cerrar con esto acá.
Why you gotta be silly, Rima?
Así es,
AQTA.
Saludos, Santa, camarada Turri.
Hey dude,
Turri, mi
a
amigo,
fire
hermano,
juggler.
antes estaba con él, no hables así.
Hey. Oh shit.
Saludos a Roy Frey, John Sota Zúñiga. John Sota Zúñiga, noble grueso. Turri, mi amigo. Antes he estado con el Turri conversando en Plaza Martín.
Crust isn't a rag? What do you mean?
Chao, chao, chao. Quiero. Buena, Milo.
Is he leaving?
Gracias, Angélica, por preocuparte. Saludos a Adriana, Adrianita, gracias. Cuídense.
That's pretty good. How is he keeping it spinning, man? That ball's spinning forever. What the hell? Does that have a motor up there or what? This guy's a fucking professional. God dang it. Dude, I actually thought it was connected to something for a second there, dude. That was amazing.
Sigue, hermano, sigue.
We get a free circus show here. Yeah, I'd rather see people bash each other and hit with bricks, I know. Oh, he almost burned his hand. There you go. Dude, one of these guys could seriously burn their face or something pretty soon here. Come on. It's alright. This is totally unregulated. He's out in the middle of the street playing with fire. One of these could slip and fly out into the crowd on accident. Just like that one just did. Oh, that is just epic. These guys probably had a couple drinks. Come on, somebody else from the crowd get in there thinking you know what you're doing.
Métele, métele, Viasante, métele, Viasante, métele, métele tu baile, métele tu baile. Vamos, Viasante. Chapa el fuego. Saludos, Miguel Fernández. Tú eres un compañero, tú eres un compañero. Tú eres un buen compañero.
How is that ball sticking to the... I don't understand how it's sticking to that thing like that. Magic balls. I got a magic ball, dude. She just sticks onto the top of it. Is it magnetic? Is there a magnet inside of it? It's that good though, man. Is that good, you think, man? That's crazy. He's got it on his head. Oh shit, now they're really getting the fire out. But you know they're gonna give the show their life right now, because if they do this on the weekend for people, for tourists or some shit, right now they're gonna they're giving you the premium show. They got more people watching than they probably ever had. Right? I mean, I'm hoping.
Para Peru. Saludos al equipo.
Oh, it already went out? Hey man, y'all scored it on him.
Saludos a Pulo.
Hey man.
A Juliaca.
Oh shit, they're fucking up. Okay. I'll catch you with your butt cheek. I used to do that at the Haggy Sack. Watered down tequila. That's what TJ is known for, isn't it? There we go. I don't know if I was getting arrested. I missed it. I was actually going to it, and then I stopped because I got distracted. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a pee or somebody put something in his drink.
I got you.
But it's real minor because he's normal. He don't bother me. He don't bother. He'll talk to me, but he real quiet.
I got you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I think I think it may have something to do with somebody told me somebody put up there something happened in Nashville. He was up there with my cousins, and he goes off and then he'll come back down.
I got you. Okay.
But he needs some help.
Well, we can't get him no help for that, but we're gonna get this warrant off of him. So, okay. Y'all want to where he's gonna be? He's gonna be in Horn Lake for now, If y'all don't go down there and get him out no time soon, he's gonna be down in Hernando.
Yeah, they're in Mississippi.
Okay, when can
I've
I
been to
go
Horn
down there and
Lake.
get him?
If you're gonna go to Horn Lake, you can go down there now. They'll be ready to get him out in 30 minutes down there. But if he has to go to county, if you wait too long, he goes to county. He'll be down there a couple hours.
Okay, so what about in Horn Lake?
Horn Lake Police Department. That's where we're going.
Oh, okay, so that's all the way.
That's right there on Goodman Road. Yes, ma'am. Right there, Goodman Road and Sioux Lane. Okay. I've already verified it, D.
You already verified it?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. They've already verified the one. I'm bringing y'all.
All right. Yeah, I verified. Yeah, I verified it today. He knows he's got a warrant. Yeah. Somebody didn't want to open the door. It's all right.
You brought your drink, by the way.
Man, look at you. You all right? An hour later, ass.
I mean, I got it when you asked for it, so.
It's like hot as hell. No,
that's all right.
Get me out of here, bus, all right?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing good not drinking these. I hadn't drank one in almost 2.5 weeks, and here we are. 2.5 weeks not drinking them, I'm back on.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, 2 today already.
So I'm talking about left.
That's what happens when you wake up at freaking crack of dawn and start working. And still working right now. It's good for you. And then all the added bullshit in life. Do something useful.
Also, don't do that. I'm going down there right now.
I just knew you was about to throw this shit out.
I was.
Well, I don't know what
we wouldn't have been live.
This good old boy,
just littered. I swear he was. No, it's all good.
Man, I thought we were about to. We actually just missed it. If I can rewind it though, let's see.
Yeah, I know. Did it anyway.
Did it anyways. It's my Memphis too.
She lived right over here by the house.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna know what to think about coming over here. Hey, we might as well go to the gate and go racing.
Dude, who's back there? That's what I want to see. Yeah, make this like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Man, we
talk to him. No!
Got that package and we
talk to him. Like, why would you blame him? Oh. Shit.
We headed to Horn Lake. And then we fixing to go get another one. We got a whole list of people.
Spec?
Y'all better go.
What do you mean spec?
We're coming.
No, I talked to Chris. He said he's doing some. He's gonna be doing a delivery service tonight. Trying to make some money.
And that just goes to show y'all right there that you don't have to kick doors right there. You get over there, you know your guys in the house. Make some phone calls, call some people, talk to them. See if you
I told him to knock it off,
first.
dude. By the way, if he's doing anything.
Kick the door. Hang on, y'all. Anyway, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta come back to fucking Discord, Spec, butthole. What are you doing? You gotta talk to me, you know? You have to just leave. You left. Gino's not coming around anymore because you left, apparently. I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck that's all about, dude. Like, Gino left because you left. She's mad. Like, what? What the fuck, man?
Oh. Right over by my house now. We're back in Mississippi now.
I don't even get that.
Nah, he probably ain't gonna get no.
Gino legit said that she was leaving because she lost a friend, and apparently it's because you left.
Turning people in tonight. We ain't got time to play tonight.
I didn't realize it was like all that. Damn, Gino.
Y'all want to see the police?
Chilling.
Well, the police doesn't get us. He might not. He might know who we are. They usually know my truck over here. But you never know, they might. With the state line, they love to bust people at the state line over here.
That's how it goes,
Because I
man.
had my interior light on, he stopped me, but he probably knows who we are. Most of them over here by my house know me, so they're all pretty cool. Nobody's doing nothing this weekend. Y'all come to Byhalia Raceway. If y'all want to check out Meat Frog, meet us. You coming?
Yeah, I think so.
D said he'll even be there, take pictures with everybody. We'll be there, we'll take pictures with everybody. Y'all come see us at the truck. Come find my old truck at the racetrack. We'll be there all day Saturday from 8 a.m. till probably late that evening. You know, bring your grills, bring your beer, hang out, watch some good racing, cook some food. We'll be cooking on the old truck. We'll have the grill fired up. We're cooking steaks. Y'all come out. It's going to be a blast. Big old car show. Racing all day. I'm going to be in heaven all day. Best of both worlds, the racetrack. Car show and the racing all in one. So if you guys ain't doing nothing, y'all come on out and have a blast with us. It's going to be great. Be a good time. So if anybody wants to come out and meet us in person, y'all come out and check us out.
Just a good old
Byhalia Raceway, Byhalia, Mississippi. This coming Saturday, gates open at 8 a.m. We'll be out there real early. I won't have problems.
Eso no es la única vez que pasa, ¿no? Siempre los ternas vienen, se meten a las marchas y tiran piedra y de ahí culpan a los manifestantes, ¿no? Y eso no debe ser, pues, no, la actitud, ¿no? No es la primera vez que los ternas lanzan piedra a los propios manifestantes.
That's actually, he's saying that strawberry jam, he got a little on his hand. Don't be tripping, YouTube. We good, baby. He's saving that for later. He said he doesn't have a pocket that's good for it. And he'd like to rub that on a piece of bread later.
Está acá para cuidar a la gente o para dañarlos, ¿no?
Takes care of that.
Y ahora los jóvenes siguen manifestándose, ¿no? Por acá. Hay gente que viene a gritar diciendo, váyanse, vámonos de aquí. Y bueno, eso no debe ser la actitud, ¿no? Si la gente quiere estar acá, quiere estar levantando su voz, entonces que esté acá, ¿no? Al fin de cuentas es un derecho. Algunos piensan que porque ellos han cumplido su objetivo, ya los otros no deben salir, ¿no? No deben protestar, ¿no? Y no estamos para eso, creo, no estamos para escucharnos todos.
No te dices tanto. Okay, we're live. Peru is still
Hemos visto cómo
holy shit.
se está infiltrando.
I know, it's a dead night tonight.
Piedras
Boring
y
night
botellas
on the Doge
hacia
show.
los manifestantes.
Pretty soon we're gonna... Actually, are we...
Han ya herido
You
a
know,
un
we age restricted already.
camarógrafo y a otros manifestantes con la... Sin embargo, ya se les ha apartado. algunas ternas que han estado tirando piedras y botellas de vidrio a los manifestantes.
A 5 soles la chichada, 5 soles, 5 soles.
Parece contradictorio, ¿no? Que hace unos minutos la policía se esté dando la mano con los manifestantes en son de paz y luego se encuentran policías armas tirando piedras y botellas de vidrio a los manifestantes.
Zero, welcome to the stream. Is that your, you have a new name? I'm vibing with it. The trick is you gotta treat it like it's jazz. Hey, David. Doesn't really have a rhythm, just kind of goes, it flows, baby. Dig it, baby, dig it, dig it. Is that what it's called though? The Vuvuzelas? That's what that is.
No, you was live. You almost got caught on live feed. Do what? He won't be. Tell them, they know who he is. Tell him get him. This dickhead. Excuse my language. This asshole's not gonna give us his date of birth. So I'm gonna walk out here and get his date of birth real quick out of my car. Like I said, man, we don't have to, it just goes to show y'all right there how easy this job could be. Even though that dude's combative, well, he really wasn't combative, but you could tell he was fixing to try to get jazzy. And you get yourself in this situation and things can go real bad real quick. And so we try to just make things go easy. I'll get this shit nuts his damn file real quick. I don't know what the hell David did with it. David, he got in his back pocket. There he is. Little dipshit. Oh shit nuts in here.
I think these are bond enforcers. What are they called?
Man, why we ain't talking about cooking and all that shit? We on some locking some folks up and shit. Y'all gotta cut all that out.
Bounty Hunter, that's the name.
Soap opera. Everybody knows where I'm at here now. His date of birth is 10/3 of 88.
10/3 of 88. All right.
Sucks to be you. Dickhead. Anyway. I'm gonna wait on David's boyfriend to come get this dude. I mean the police. Man, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even really care to have somebody cook every single night because I like to go out and eat a lot, so and that's another reason why we don't do a whole lot of cooking. So I eat good, I ain't gonna lie. That's probably why I'm getting fat. So you can ask the coordinator, she'll tell you we're eating good somewhere every night. I bust ass so to be able to do that. Oh, you got, man, dude, you picked his vest up? I thought mine was heavy. You know how heavy mine is? Pick his up. Like he's going to Iraq. Look at him.
Every day's leg day.
Look like he's going to Iraq over there.
Gone. Steel plates. See, Tony had all this cool stuff. He let somebody steal it.
That's an ugly son of a bitch right there. I let somebody steal it?
Yeah.
Did I let him?
Well, I don't know if you let them or not, but they got out of your truck, so.
What happened to him, though? Never mind. I'm not even going to ask you that question. I don't even need to ask you that question.
Hey, Aziz, welcome. 4 hours sleep.
I ain't stealing nothing no more.
Dang, yeah, I should.
Man. Oh, man. I got a long night.
I've never seen these people before.
Got a whole lot of stuff to do tonight. Trying to see if we can go get this other female. And I actually got 2 females I'm going to try to get tonight. And another male. I'm going to try to see if I can get all 3 of them tonight. Probably won't happen. Usually if I aim for 3, I at least get 1 or 2 maybe sometimes. Dunlap, what's up, brother? Read some of these comments. I must have missed some comments talking a while ago. I read a few, but I must have missed a lot.
My bot only records.
Hi, everybody! Oh, man, don't tell me somebody did that on here. Hold on.
Moments is down. Weird.
Yeah, we're gonna go live a lot.
I think it's better.
Yeah,
it was off. It was disconnected for some reason.
What up, cuz? I love you, cuz. That dude cracks me up, man. I followed him. I started following him last week, man. I was rolling watching some of his videos. What up, cuz? I love you, cuz. What you doing, cuz? Hiya. You say that dude on Facebook. That's what kills me, man.
Up to Tom's. There she goes.
What are they doing? Changing shifts? Huh? Are they really? Somebody said, where's mama at? I don't know where his mama is. That City Hall looks like it's real country. Actually, it's not. It's actually a really nice place, believe it or not. Y'all can't be hating on. I've seen way worse places than this. You want to see country? I take you to some country places.
Thanks, let me know, Spec. I have no idea.
No, go down to like one of them little small towns outside of down here in Mississippi somewhere. It's like a hole in the wall down there. Cody, come here. Let me show y'all Cody. Come here, man.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
They want you to shave your beard.
You pay for it, bro.
Patrick Bevan, our newest member. Remember how their newest sub or anything.
Y'all want to see somebody look funny? Hey, David. I paid to have your beard shaved. You shave.
New member. How you?
I'm going to show you some pictures.
I gotta update this
look,
thing.
Look, he's over there red as hell. Look at it.
Update this real fast, man.
Oh, looks so little. He looks little when he shaves, man.
He looks little now.
No, David. No, you won't see him little. About 3 years ago, he was way smaller than he is now. Yeah, when he was doing all that fighting, He was getting beat up all the time. He was little.
That crackhead beat him up, didn't he?
Which one? That white one? No, that window got his ass.
And 5,000 dough goes to you. Ooh, look at that.
Would have broke back. Would have broke back.
You got a favorite movie,
Nurse
man?
gonna ask me, y'all don't need to bring nobody in here. Would have broke back no more.
Patrick.
That's what I told him. I was like, well, he had to come to jail. We didn't break his back. He got his ass whooped, but we didn't break his back. They said it last time he come in there, he had a broke back. They said
We're
last
loving
time
that
he
you're
come in,
loving
he
it.
had a
We're
broke
loving
back
that you're
too.
kicking it with us, man. Honestly.
He got his ass whooped last time too.
You've been cool with us so far, dude.
You know they had the balls that asked me to bond him out a couple weeks ago. Said they was trying to get him a bond.
So you got a favorite?
I meant to tell you about that. It's about a month ago. I think they done sentenced him now though. Yeah, but they had tried to get me to bond him out. I was like, hell no.
Favorite movie, man?
Don't call me with that bullshit. No Shave November. I forgot that note. Y'all know me. I don't like my face being scruffy at all. Somebody does, but I don't like my face being scruffy. I'm already a little too scruffy. Oh, let's see.
You got a few. I'm selling Guinnesses. Oh yeah, man. I wish I had one to have with you, man.
Dude,
I ran out last night. But if you give me your favorite movie, I'm gonna find the sound clip that will go off when you enter the room.
Man said your beard smell like your car.
And you can give me that whenever you want.
Makes more money than his car.
Think about it. You don't get to pick the sound clip though. That's the thing. I tried that. It doesn't work.
That's bad. Yeah.
Samuel Lee, we're gonna have to get you on here with us, man.
Dog's name Guinness.
He said go pick up Soul Block, cuz.
Any pictures of him? And post them in the chat in the Discord Pets channel.
Just a reminder, y'all.
See what kind of dog you
just
got,
tuning
man.
in or didn't hear my
Rookie of the Year. Gotcha.
little
I've seen that one.
didn't hear my words earlier on the car show. We got a big car show coming up this weekend. Car show at racetrack. It's gonna be a bunch of racing, car shows all in one. Byhalia Raceway this Saturday. Gates open at 8 o'clock. We'll be there all day long. We'll sign autographs. We're gonna take pictures with everybody. So y'all come over, find us. We'll be out running
It's
around.
like Gary
by the truck,
Busey, and I'm
race
sure I can
cars.
find a good quote,
don't
homie.
hesitate, stop,
Thanks.
take a picture. I get it every day, y'all. People come up to us and take pictures.
Anyway, I'm sure he says something silly.
Courtney, she gets. I don't know if she likes that shit or not, but every day I know it kind of gets on her nerves. Everywhere we go, people stop and taking pictures with me and stuff, and talking to me and stuff. So
that's before
don't hesitate.
crazy
If y'all see
Busey,
us
though,
out in
ain't it?
public, want a picture, snap us, whatever.
I've probably seen it. I
Feel
just
free
don't
to
remember.
snap-
All right.
snap us or whatever. Take
Seriously,
some
man.
selfies,
Thanks
whatever y'all
again.
want
Look
to do.
forward to getting to know you, dude. I'm gonna be right back. I'm filling this bowl with some stuff.
I'll just say. Yeah, that's it. They said hamster juice. They said Cody's beard looked like hamster juice.
That shit stuck. Everybody say that shit now.
I know it, right?
God damn. Oh no, he's still in this other game.
Is it? He ain't going nowhere. There's old dude. Yay, there they are. We had to talk him into coming. I'm gonna step over here so they ain't run all that. Rhonda, if they're out there, you're more than welcome. Take your pictures. She's there. Should be though. Y'all ain't never gonna believe what I'm gonna do. I don't like the sound of that. Oh well. We're actually fixing to go and try to serve a murder warrant in the next couple of days. This dude's been on the ball. He's been on the run for a while. First-degree murder. He's got several other charges. He's got warrants all over the state. He's got warrants in 2 or 3 different states. Marshals are looking for him. State police is looking for him. And now, Frog's looking for him. So we're gonna go try and see if we can handle him in the next 2 days. So it's gonna be fun. Like dude said earlier about my mask, I don't wear one. I'll take my chances with COVID. Shit, going to some of these people's houses is nastier than COVID, so if I've survived that all these years, I don't think COVID can, I'm probably immune to COVID. Anyway, we'll get off here, y'all. We got some stuff we're gonna do. Knock this out. They're getting the hard copy on this guy. We'll go live when we
Well done!
We actually deployed that nose cone, so now that we keep the nose cone,
hey, it's your boy, Skinny Penis.
Don't have to install a new one when Dragon returns.
As we saw earlier, the crew is inside Crew Dragon, suited up in their seats, strapped in, and they will be arriving at waypoint 0 in it looks like about 7 minutes.
Lost those states, or he would sue. How the fuck is it a state like Florida?
Just such a cool view of Dragon from the station, looking down as it's passing over Earth. They are moving pretty quickly. Now that you can see Dragon in view, you can see how fast it is moving against the background of Earth there.
And Dragon is approaching station now at 0.5 meter per second. It's a bit slower than we were seeing earlier, but that's because we are so much closer to station now. We have to make every single maneuver very fine-tuned, very deliberate. You'll start to see things get brighter, as we mentioned, as Space Station and Crew Dragon enter an orbital daytime. You'll be able to see a little bit of the ocean below, and then eventually, in just a few minutes, both the vehicles will be flying over Madagascar. Only about 4 minutes away now from the arrival at waypoint 0, 400 meters away from the International Space Station.
And we're just under 500 meters away, so once we get to waypoint 0, we will be 400 meters away. Basically, we'll just be passing through waypoint 0, through that 400 meter point, and going, continuing on.
The next hold point would be waypoint 1. That is 220 meters away. And they'll need a go to move inside the keep out sphere, a 200-meter radius, an invisible line around the International Space Station. This is the same for every vehicle that arrives and departs the station. We make sure that it is a go to move inside. And this means if Dragon were to lose control of its thrusters for some reason, it would be 4 orbits safe, or 6 hours before it crossed into that 200-meter radius, the keep out sphere. So if everything looks good, Crew Dragon can move through waypoint 1 and up to waypoint 2, which will put us only 20 meters away from the International Space Station. Another view from Crew Dragon, looking at its future destination, its future home for the next 6 months, the International Space Station, even becoming more and more clearly defined as they approach it, as we said earlier, at about 0.5 meters per second.
You can see it shining brightly with the sun beaming off of the International Space Station.
And our astronauts inside, as we mentioned, suited up, strapped in, monitoring but not controlling the vehicle. Crew Dragon continues to fly autonomously. And that is Madagascar that both vehicles are flying over right now.
Just as a reminder, the crew is suited up, and they did perform leak checks just as they did when they got suited up and ingressed the vehicle prior to liftoff yesterday.
And just a little look back at what brought us to this point. If you're just joining us, Crew Dragon lifted off yesterday on a Falcon 9 rocket at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time from Kennedy Space Center, beginning their journey to the International Space Station. They completed their first burn last night, the phase burn, and then got a good night's sleep. They had a phase adjust burn this morning, added in there by Dragon's computers to make sure it was on the right trajectory to the space station, and then had the boost burn at 8:22 a.m. Pacific time. About 45 minutes later, we saw the closed co-elliptic burn. And that maintained an orbit roughly 10 kilometers below station for Dragon. We had a short out-of-plane burn. Another one added in by the Dragon CPU, the computer system. We moved on to the transfer burn and then the final co-elliptic burn. Those rounded out our 5 major burns as part of the rendezvous phase for Crew Dragon. Once we reached the 30 kilometer distance from station, we were out of that rendezvous point. And then moved into the approach phase. That puts us at the approach out of plane burn, another short burn that the Dragon computers executed. We moved into approach and docking, and we saw that approach initiation burn take place at 6:22 p.m. Pacific time. We also had a short mid-course maneuver.
And now we're just under a minute to waypoint 0. Looks like the station is zooming in on Dragon. Now you can really clearly see Dragon from the station. That looks amazing.
Yeah, you can see that nose cone is open, just like you mentioned. And that nose cone protects the forward bulkhead thrusters. It also protects the hatch that the astronauts will float through once they are attached to the International Space Station. This is not the same hatch they entered yesterday when it was on the launch pad. They won't. That hatch won't be open again until they splash down about 6 months from now.
Yeah, and that nose cone only protects the GNC just through ascent. But in the vacuum of space, we don't need that protection. So we have it deployed so that we can expose the GNC so that it can navigate. Crew waiting patiently.
Less than a quarter of a mile away from the International Space Station now. Amazing that we're getting these views inside the cabin during these dynamic operations.
It's really cool to see that side-by-side crew inside of the vehicle and then the shot of the Dragon capsule so close to the International Space Station.
Dragon SpaceX on the Big Loop. Approach 0 has started and the trajectory has converged on waypoint 1. Expect arrival at waypoint 1 at 0334 UTC.
Okay, copy 0334 UTC, arrival at waypoint 1, confirmed, and we've converged on waypoint 1.
So we've now passed waypoint 0. We're just a little under 24 minutes away from waypoint 1, which means we are inside of that 400 meters from station.
As we mentioned, we have passed waypoint 0. They gave us a time of 7:34 p.m. Pacific that we should reach waypoint 1, but we do not have to hold there. That waypoint 1 is approximately 220 meters away from the station, and Dragon would be directly in front of the Node 2 forward port, its docking port. And if everything checks out, we can move through waypoint 1. We'll have to have the go to move inside the keep out sphere, a 200-meter invisible line radius around the International Space Station. And that go confirms that if we were to lose control of Dragon's thrusters for any reason, we would be 4 orbits or about 6 hours safe from moving inside that keep out sphere. So we'll need that go for us to pass through waypoint 1. And then the next stop would be waypoint 2, about 20 meters from station.
Again, we're about 15 minutes or so away from approaching waypoint 1. Waypoint 1 will bring us about 220 meters from the International Space Station. And we don't have to hold there. If we get the go, we can continue to waypoint 2, which will bring us 20 meters.
Once we reach waypoint 2, we will pause there. As we mentioned, the crew is inside. They're seated up. They won't have to push any buttons or fire any thrusters. Dragon is doing this all on its own. It's completely autonomous, meaning the crew is just monitoring when you see them looking at their screens. And waypoint 2, as you mentioned, is 20 meters away from the International Space Station. Once we reach that point, it'll take us about 5 minutes until we'll be looking for that soft capture time.
Waiting on the toast. Got really quiet in here. Oh, we got that new one, that new banger we found. Where is that? We got a new banger. Fire. Get it. Oh. Why is it gonna start off so fucking loud every time? Ruins the vibe, bro. You irate me. For the bread. I got some Dave's Killer bread. I'm waiting for it to heat up. Can't start with that. But we got a salad here. It's got a spring mix medley 50-50 blend with baby spinach, topped with sweet yellow onions. Those little bitty ass red fucking tomatoes. Dang, I forgot what they were called. They're different. They're not the Twilights. The other ones. Cherubs. Cherub tomatoes. Line caught tuna from the Maldives. Packed in water, which I sprinkled a little bit of the water on the greenery there. Before I put a little lime juice as well. The cajito cilantro dressing is always nice and creamy on there with the compote peppercorns from Cambodia freshly cracked. And that shaved Parmesan cheese on there ties it all together. But this bread, this Killer Dave's bread I'm about to get, that'll be the cherry.
Damn!
Fuck, it's hot. We're good. Bro. Okay. You like feta? Feta would probably be better, but probably get that next time, actually. Something different, switch it up. You like pie? Hell yeah. You like those Hostess pies? They're like pocket. Dude, those are pocket pies. Those things are awesome. The apple and the cherry. And the pudding ones where you the chocolate pudding, but I don't know, it's kind of alarming that they can allow chocolate pudding to stay outside the refrigerator. What is that stuff? Why can any of that pie stay outside? Is it sugar content? Keeps it good. Oh, here we go. Here's what it looks like, by the way. Set shit up. I can't see what you see. I need to see what you see. Hey, I can only get... Boom, we going full... Boom. Ooh. So... That's lovely. This is a big bowl. Looks small and I put it up there. That's what she said. It's okay. Yo. So I'm thankful for the farmers, the tuna that gave its life, the cow that helped me with this cheese production shit. He squirted that. The kid's awesome ass cow squirted that out of its body. Mother Earth gave all these vegetables. Like peppercorn, man. Dude, that farmer probably doesn't make shit. Cambodia. I appreciate that, dude. We got workers that make shit, you know what I mean? Man, the person that came up with this cogito dressing recipe. MVP, dude. Cilantro. Onion farmers, dude. You know how much onions stink?
We've got views
you can smell
of
it for
Crew
miles.
Dragon continuing
Appreciate
its approach
those people
to the
who deal with
International
that.
Space Station. If you just look to the left of the Canada arm there, you can see it continuing its way. It just recently made it through waypoint 0, that 400 meters away or below the station. And we are next going to move through waypoint 1. That's 220 meters away, directly in front of the docking port, the Node 2 forward port. That's also where Dragon docks during Demo 1 and Demo 2. Right. We'll be looking for the go to move inside the keep out sphere at 200 meter radius. It's an invisible line around the station. It's something that helps our flight controllers monitor vehicles as they approach and even depart the International Space Station.
Such a cool view. Seeing Dragon with the Canada arm from the station and Earth in the background.
And we used to use the Canada arm to capture Dragon before it was configured into this design, this new Crew Dragon design, and it docks autonomously. But for a lot of our visiting vehicles, we have to use the Canada arm too. The astronauts will reach out and grapple a spacecraft or grasp it once it gets close enough, and then flight controllers on the ground will berth it or attach it to the port on the International Space Station. But Dragon is fully autonomous. The astronauts are strapped in their seats, monitoring the mission, awaiting the milestones as we move through waypoint 1. Should be coming up in just a couple of minutes, and continue our approach to waypoint 2, 20 meters away from the space station and that last checkpoint before we move in for docking.
Again, Wager, welcome. Helen, welcome. Better than tacos? No. Bob. He wants more tuna.
Houston Station on Station Ground 2. I'm in 1.104, Crew Dragon approach and retreat monitoring. Houston copies, and we were ready for that as well.
They're going like 20,000 miles an hour or something crazy.
We are about 10 minutes away from waypoint 1.
Star Wars.
Again, that is where Dragon will swing up and out in front of the station. And that'll bring us about 220 meters away from the station, which will bring us to what we call the docking access, which essentially means that we'll be right in front of the docking port.
Yeah, and we don't have to hold at waypoint 1 as long as we get that clear to move inside the keep out sphere.
I got tuna in it, Helen.
200
whole
meter
can of
radius
tuna.
around the International Space Station.
Good,
it's
right?
invisible, helps us monitor the arrival and departure of visiting vehicles. And this awesome view over the shoulder of our commander and pilot, Mike Hawkins and Victor Glover, just monitoring the mission. Dragon is flying autonomously.
We are about 300 meters away, closing in on just about 1 meter per second.
So just about 80 meters to go until waypoint 1. Amazing view of the International Space Station. That's from the cameras aboard Crew Dragon. Both getting a good look at each other.
It's kind of cool to see them both looking at each other as they approach each other.
Absolutely.
And the crew on board also monitoring on their 3 display panels there in front of them. This is all autonomous, so they really don't have to do much except for enjoy the ride. But they do get to watch on those display panels where they're at during this approach here.
You can also see the International Space Station on that far right and the far left panel. So they're getting really the same view that we are right here. I'm sure they're pretty excited about making it to their new home in space. But once they reach waypoint 1, as we mentioned, they don't have to stop. That'll be that 220 meter point. They'll move inside the keep out sphere at 200 meters, and then the next stop will be waypoint 2. Crew will be 20 meters away from the International Space Station.
Yo, Naomi,
Dragon
welcome
will
back.
focus on aligning its docking system with the International
Not
Docking
working?
Adapter based on the attitude of the station. And it'll be about 5 minutes from that waypoint 2, the 20 meter spot, until contact and capture. We'll be looking for that CHOP call, stands for crew hands off point 2 meters before contact. And this means the crew is not commanding the vehicle. They haven't been at this time, but the vehicle can still have an abort at that time. However, it will not.
I've got good RPOP data on SSC 17. SSC 4 says RPOP is not receiving Dragon 2 data from PCS. Is that expected?
Who just got here? Ted Thomas or ET? They both already here.
Copy that, Kate. And Kate, we can go ahead and fix that by cycling it from the ground, or you can perform that task on the SSC, whichever is your preference.
I'll let you guys do that. Thanks.
Copy. We're putting in work now.
Astronaut Kate Rubins, who's on the International Space Station, currently the only American on the International Space Station. She is joined by her 2 Russian cosmonaut
Tell him
friends.
I'll stream one day.
That is Sergei Ryzhikov and Sergei Kutsverchkov. There will be welcoming 4 new crew members to the orbiting laboratory. But she is monitoring the approach of Crew Dragon. She's also not commanding
I don't know what
the
that
approach,
was.
and as we mentioned, she won't be
Am I
using the
inhaled pepper or what?
to reach out and grapple the vehicle, but she is working to get some data, and the ground team is going
that was it.
recycle that data for her or restart that for her. As we were mentioning, we are discussing CHOP, the crew hands-off point. The vehicle knows if it should abort, so at that point the crew would not be commanding anything. However, everything's still looking healthy on Dragon and on the International Space Station.
Oh.
And this view that you're seeing here is from the station, from the Node 2 docking port. That Dragon is currently approaching.
This is really our first view of both of them in the same picture, so it gives you a good perspective on how close they're getting to each other.
Yeah, you can see in that left-hand bottom corner, that is the station, and that white dot on your right, on the right side of your screen, is Dragon slowly approaching. We're just under 5 minutes away from waypoint 1. We're under 280 meters away from the station.
A little more of what we can look for once we do get that go to move past waypoint 2, the 20 meter point. Of course, we're going to reach waypoint 1 first, so we have a couple of steps before this, but we will take about 5 minutes to get in toward the station from waypoint 2. And after that 5 minutes, we'll hear the chop call, and we will be looking for soft capture first. There are also rotary spring dampers that will soften the contact from Crew Dragon to the International Space Station, and that soft capture ring will then begin retracting. It'll retract until sensors indicate it's time for these hooks to drive and create a hard capture, and that will firmly secure Dragon to station. The hook driving can take about 5 minutes, and the hard mate of Dragon to station can take about 3 minutes. That means a full seal will be achieved with 12 hard capture hooks.
That compact peppercorn, man, it's stronger.
Copy, Kate, thanks.
We are just about 30 minutes or so from docking, with currently Dragon approaching waypoint 1. Waypoint 1 is approximately 220 meters away from station.
And you heard Kate Rubens, who is monitoring this mission and the arrival of Crew Dragon. She discussed, she used the term RPOP. That stands for Rendezvous and Proximity
I'm trying to be as organic as possible.
Program, and so that is giving her insight into Dragon's position.
Why is CJ going off? Hold on, I'm just going to hear for a second why he's going off over here.
Saudi Arabia, from all over the Middle East. That was some of the education that I had in my first presidential election that I ever voted in.
Oh, he's not.
And I can tell you right now that it's only because I had a better understanding of how the politics affected the entire world that I was able to better understand how I felt about it. And that
he's talking political shit.
Shortly, Dragon will continue approach to waypoint 2.
Okay, Dragon copies. Soft capturing will start here in approach 1.
You're right, Spec. It's fake. There's no stars.
Crystal clear view of Dragon as they get the words that everything is still looking good with the systems, and they will be moving through waypoint 1 to waypoint 2, and that they can expect that soft capture ring we were discussing to extend, begin preparing them for docking.
Oh, yeah, I can see him if I get closer to the screen. Yeah. Where are the flat earthers at?
We're about 240 meters away, so we're just about a minute away from passing through waypoint 1. And we're so close that you can see the forward bulkhead thrusters on Dragon there. It's basically those 4 kind of circles that you see in the ring where the nose cone is opened on the top of Dragon there.
Dragon continuing its slow and steady approach to the International Space Station. Every single maneuver very deliberate when we have 2 vehicles this close in space, about 226 meters away.
Again, what you're seeing on your screen, on your left-hand screen, is the view from the International Space Station looking at Dragon. On your right-hand screen, that is a camera view.
Dragon SpaceX on the Big Loop. Expect reconfiguration of the C2V2 return link shortly.
CAG copies.
And we have passed waypoint 1. Dragon now about 213 meters away from the International Space Station.
Launch America.
We also just heard the Corps speaking with Crew Dragon to expect a reconfiguration of C2V2. That stands for Common Communications for Visiting Vehicles. It establishes bidirectional communications between Crew Dragon and the International Space Station.
You got a baby Yoda floating around.
Now we passed through waypoint 1, so we're about 10 minutes away from waypoint 2. Once we approach waypoint 2, then we will do a go, no go poll for docking. So we're, again, around 30 minutes away from docking here, depending on the timeline, when we reach each one of these points. We're on our way to waypoint 2, which will bring us about 20 meters in front of the space station.
We moved right through waypoint 1, right through the keep out sphere, that 200-meter invisible line around the International Space Station that helps flight controllers monitor visiting spacecraft. But we will have to hold at waypoint 2, that 20-meter mark. They'll conduct their final checks, prepare for arrival at the International Space Station. A very clear view from Crew Dragon.
That looks incredible.
Is that the clearest view we've gotten so far? Ever in the history of getting them? Haven't froze up on us. Dude, where'd he go?
Off reference frame to destination docking port, and I see aircraft not receiving Dragon 2 data.
Copy all, Kate, we're checking.
Flight teams in Mission Control Houston continuing to check that RPOP Rendezvous Proximity Operations Program.
Station Houston 2, we're going to reset RPOP one more time for you, see if that works.
Thank you.
They're resetting some of that data for Kate Rubins. A reminder, she is not commanding any part of Dragon's arrival. She is monitoring it, though, and so looking for some of that data in that program.
Again, we are on our way to waypoint 2, which will be 20 meters away from the station. Once we reach waypoint 2, the vehicle will focus on aligning its docking system with the docking adapter, so preparing for docking, and there will be a go, no go poll prior to initiating that soft capture approach.
Here's that same view we were looking at earlier, and you can see even how much closer Crew Dragon has gotten in just the short time since we last received it, having moved through waypoint 1 since that time period. A little bit more about what Kate Rubins will be doing once Crew Dragon docks. As we mentioned, the Node 2 hatch is closed during the docking, the station side Node 2 hatch. Kate Rubins will check for a leak and then open it for access to the pressurized mating adapter 2. She'll also manually pressurize the vestibule. That's the area between the A-Pass hatch, which is on the station side, and the Crew Dragon hatch. The A-Pass hatch is what is currently exposed to the vacuum of space. It also has a docking target on it that allows Dragon to align itself with the port. Once that pressurization is complete, Kate Rubens will be able to open the A-pass hatch to let some air in. It's a slow process. She'll be opening a valve specifically on the A-pass hatch to let that air in. And we'll hold for thermal stabilization before we do some leak checks in the vestibule. We want to make sure that there aren't any fluctuating temperatures that are giving us misleading signals on what the pressure is in the vestibule. We'll conduct the leak check for that space between those two hatches. In the meantime, the crew is doffing and drying and stowing their suits during that thermal stabilization and leak check. They're stowing their equipment. Kate will open the A-pass hatch and remove the docking target. And almost 2 hours post-docking, these checks are taking place during that time. We will look for Dragon's hatch to be opened.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. C2V2 link reconfiguration is complete. The soft capture ring extension is also complete. We are planning to hold momentarily at waypoint 2.
Hey, Lonnie Ivy, welcome.
At that point, we will be asking for your input on lighting conditions and your go to proceed. Do remember that your visors are not required to be down until our final approach.
Okay, Dragon copies all, and we'll be holding momentarily at waypoint 2, and we will give you a good lighting check at that point.
So as you heard, we are on our way to waypoint 2, which will be 20 meters away from station, and we will hold and do some checks, do a go, no go poll to ensure that we are okay to approach for docking. And we did hear confirmation that the soft capture ring is extended and ready for that docking.
A few minutes ago, we heard them discussing C2V2 common communications for visiting vehicles. They said they would reconfigure that system and just got good confirmation that it has been reconfigured. That's those bi-directional communications between station and Crew Dragon.
Station Houston on 2 for Kate. We're still troubleshooting the RPOP issue you're having,
Tracy.
so we're coming on board on SSC 17 and we'll try to fix that.
All right, you are welcome to SSC 17 and also SSC 4, the main RPOP computer.
Copy all, we'll get it working.
Hi there.
Mission Control Houston checking back in with Kate Rubens aboard the station, who is working to monitor Crew Dragon's arrival. As we mentioned, she is not commanding anything that Crew Dragon is doing, and neither are the crew themselves. This is completely autonomous, but she is trying to monitor some of that data, and so team members in Mission Control Houston are going to try and reconfigure the RPOP system, Rendezvous and Proximity Operations Program, from the ground.
Bro, I wonder how many. Oh, I can show you guys that in a minute. That was done.
You can see on your screen, again, this is a view from station from the Node 2 port that Dragon will be docking to. You can see the sunlight.
Why does it sound like they're in a cafeteria?
Hitting Dragon as it gets closer and closer.
It's starting to get a little bit darker outside as well. That's because the International Space Station and Crew Dragon are approaching an orbital nighttime. They are in daylight for 45 minutes and nighttime for 45 minutes.
I think space stuff's really cool.
Circling the globe every 90 minutes. They're currently flying 260 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean.
I just don't know why it sounds like that. Like, it's supposed to be mission control in the background, but it sounds like we're in the warehouse back there. one's even moving. It's making that noise. Like,
You're looking at a live view of Mission Control Hawthorne here at SpaceX headquarters in California. And if you noticed, we have lost video temporarily of Crew Dragon as it's approaching the International Space Station, but that's really no surprise to us. It's something called a TDRS handover, tracking data and relay satellite system. Teams on the ground are able to track when the space station and Crew Dragon will be moving in and out of
why
these
would they have
handover
mission
periods.
control in such a
We expect to
noisy ass
regain video
environment?
communications with the
NASA, you're
space
weird.
station very shortly. In the meantime, it continues. Crew Dragon continues its approach to waypoint 2.
Or is it them maybe
We have
that's
those
out there?
views back already.
That might be it.
As
They're
you
out in
mentioned,
the
Jesse,
warehouse.
You
They
can
won't
really
let
see
them in.
those four forward bulkhead thrusters the closer we get.
Wow, and you can really see the detail on the International Space Station with how close we are.
Wow.
We're approaching waypoint 2, which will be 20 meters in front of the station. That's why you could see it so close up in that last view.
Hazard.
Station Houston on Space Ground 2 for Kate.
Again, 2.
All right, Kate, SSC 17 is back up and running for you. We're working on 4 now. In addition, let us know when your review is complete and you are ready for docking.
Copy, and I saw SSC working. It's giving me good range and range rate. Now I've got another, our POP is not receiving Dragon 2 data from PCS message on 17.
It looks like the toilet they use. The shape of it.
Copy that, Kate. We'll take a look. Thanks for the extra info.
The docking port. I think they modeled the toilet after their docking port.
And we've now reached waypoint 2, so we are holding this
We
position.
looked at it the other day on stream.
Going to do
I know what I'm talking about.
some
And I do have a good Dragon docking system.
It doesn't even have a seat on it. It's just like this.
On SSC 17 for the Dragon
funnel.
docking streaming monitor, and I have a good out the window view, so I am comfortable, and my review is complete.
A tube you sit on.
Copy all. Thank you.
Great news from Kate Rubens. She has the data she's looking for and a great view of Crew Dragon out the window as well. So she's given her go for them to depart waypoint 2 and move into the International Space Station. As a reminder, we moved directly through waypoint 1, which put us directly in front of the docking port. You can see it right here. That's the Node 2 forward port where Dragon docked during Demo 1 and Demo 2.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. The ground is go for approach 2. At this point, please confirm that the lighting conditions are acceptable to proceed, and let us know if you are go for approach 2 and docking.
Okay, SpaceX, this is Dragon on the big loop. So the lighting is actually getting worse. We do have a view of the IDA, but we do not have a view of the docking target.
In Dragon SpaceX, we copy. We are 6 minutes from sunset. Would you like to hold for those 6 minutes, or do you feel comfortable proceeding?
Bye. And SpaceX from Dragon, we'll go ahead and hold for those 6 minutes if we can.
We copy hold.
Crew Dragon crew has opted to hold at waypoint 2 for the time being so they can get some better views of the docking port, the docking target on that APAS hatch we were discussing that's on the International Space Station. So they can hold here, and that will give them the opportunity for sunset to come over both the International Space Station and Crew Dragon. There won't be any odd shadows, and they should have better visibility. Of course, the crew themselves are not making this maneuver in toward the International Space Station. It is autonomous. Crew Dragon will be doing it by itself, but we want the crew to be able to see the docking target so that they can properly monitor as the vehicle continues to make its approach to Node 2.
And the ground is go for docking, but we are just waiting for us to get a little bit more light so that Dragon can actually see where it is going to autonomously dock, see the target on node 2 as it approaches so it can make that soft capture accurately.
We're in another one of those satellite handovers we just discussed as well. We should get video communications. Oh, right there. Coming back, and as we mentioned, Dragon is holding at waypoint 2. That's 20 meters away from the International Space Station. They are holding until we reach sunset, an orbital nighttime for the spacecraft. Once that happens, they will proceed in toward node 2. It should take about 5 minutes.
And as a reminder, waypoint 2 is about 20 meters away from station. We are on the docking axis, and Dragon will be aligning itself with that docking port. We're just holding for some sunlight.
Jayadi, Gwen, thanks for the sub, man. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, dude.
This hold continuing for another few minutes. The space station has crossed the terminator line, the difference in day and nighttime on Earth. They are east of Hawaii right now in the Pacific Ocean, and they are waiting for the sun to set on orbit. Crew Dragon will be able to use its infrared camera to spot that docking target on the APAS hatch on node 2, and then they'll be able to proceed, leaving waypoint 2, making their 5-minute journey approximately to docking.
And I should correct what I mentioned earlier. They're waiting for the sun to go down so that they don't have any shadows, so that Dragon can actually see clearly and locate, align itself with that docking port.
Yeah, it is
As
wild
a
that
reminder,
they're
we
traveling
had
so quickly.
confirmation that the soft capture ring extended. That'll be the first part of capture. The soft capture ring. There are also rotary spring dampers that will soften the contact once Dragon's soft capture ring comes in contact with the International Space Station, and then the ring will retract until sensors indicate it'll be time for hooks to drive. We're looking for 12 hooks, 2 different gangs of 6, to firmly secure Dragon to the International Space Station. That entire process, from contact to hard capture, can take about 13 minutes. We'll be standing by the entire time to make sure all of that goes smoothly, but everything looking good right now for Crew Dragon, still holding about 20 meters away from the International Space Station. And it looks like we might be about a minute away from sunset. So we should be hearing that call that they're ready to proceed. Again, there's no rush. And there's also no need for the crew to fly Dragon. This is all happening autonomously.
And they're going very fast and very slow at the same time. Yeah.
Just a few more
Dude,
seconds
I feel
until
like
sunset.
I need a whole another one of
And you can
those.
see it did get quite a bit darker. And that flash on the node 2 docking port coming from Crew Dragon.
Is another a word? should be. I could hold another one.
Do you like the crew to be able to see this docking, even though it's autonomous? That helps them monitor where they're at and take control.
Other,
if
no
need be.
other.
However,
Never mind.
all of Dragon's systems
Dang
looking good.
Another's not a word.
And
Never
we're just
mind.
standing by for that departure from waypoint 2, 20 meters away from the International Space
other.
Station.
You say other instead, like an other one, another one, right? Not another one. Damn, I just busted out my
We are
hillbilly.
currently go on the ground for docking, but we are waiting for the crew to confirm if they are ready.
Swing at him! Bro, I lost 4 viewers because they're like, this guy's an idiot.
Waiting for the crew to confirm.
That's right, another. It's not.
On the big loop. Looks to us like we've gone through.
Angela, welcome.
And we'll get the lights strobing. We can see the target. And so we are going to proceed. Down.
Copy. You are go to proceed and visors are down. That's great to hear. We will be commanding the resume shortly. And as a reminder, once Dragon is inside the crew hands-off point, retreat and breakout are not permitted.
And copies all.
Copies all. I'm ready.
We've got confirmation that we have go from the crew. So they will be starting this procedure shortly. We'll start approaching that docking adapter that you see on your screen. Once we get close enough, we will do a soft capture, followed by the insertion of the pins for the hard capture.
We also heard the Corps mention once that we reach the crew hands-off point, that's the chop call we'll hear. Retreat and breakout are not permitted. And that would be from the crew. The vehicle can still abort if necessary, but as we said, everything continuing to look good for Crew Dragon, ready to depart waypoint 2. And the final approach has begun. Crew Dragon moving in toward the International Docking Adapter on Node 2. Kate Rubin standing by on the International Space Station, monitoring their approach.
And this should only take approximately 5 minutes. So not too long.
Their arrival at the International Space Station today will be coming about 27 and a half hours since their liftoff last night at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time from Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard a Falcon 9 rocket.
We are now about 15 meters away, just about 3 minutes from docking.
Soy boys!
Very slow, deliberate, steady movements for Crew Dragon making its way to the International Space Station. We'll be looking for soft capture first, with the soft capture ring already extended. Once we have soft capture, the ring will retract and bring us into a hard capture. That should take about 13 minutes for that entire process.
Dude, you did that fire one right when I hit the blowtorch onto the nail.
Checks.
And SpaceX from Dragon on the big loop, we showed 10 meters. We've got good lighting, good visuals.
Did you hear it, man? That's crazy.
Great to hear. We see 10 meters as well.
I used to put on spacewalks whenever there was a lull in content with a protest or something.
Even though it
At the end of
looks
the night or something, I would just put
very slow right now. Both
Spacewalk
Dragon
on.
and the International
We'd
Space
be
Station are
watching that for a
traveling
bit.
about 17,500 miles an hour over Earth right now. Both about 262 statute miles over the planet. We heard just a few moments ago, too, that the crew had reached 10 meters away from the International Space Station, so already halfway there from
They about to
waypoint
be
2.
the new booties on board, you know what I mean? I bet they're nervous like it's the first day of school. Unless they know someone on
We're
board,
only
maybe.
about a little over a minute from docking.
You can see on those display panels the crew watching as they approach that node, port 2. And what you can see directly in the center of the docking adapter, that is the APAS hatch. Once we do a hard capture and do leak checks, that will be the first hatch that will open, followed by the Dragon hatch.
And if you look closely in the center at the very bottom, there was Chop, crew hands off point, standing by for contact.
Dragon SpaceX soft capture confirmed.
Dragon copies, and we see the same.
The hell? Google moderator team deleted Lonnie Ivy saying balls.
As you heard, that call out, soft capture
Well,
is
that's
now
weird.
complete.
Google moderator here
Next will
flexing.
be hard capture. This is where the
You make
pins
some enemies,
will
Lonnie?
insert themselves into that docking adapter and create a hard lock.
And we had that soft capture at 8:01 p.m. Pacific time.
Yo, why are you
11:01
watching me,
p.m.
Google
Eastern
moderator
time.
team? What I do?
Crew Dragon and the International
You get
Space
reports
Station
on me? I'm a
flying
good boy.
262
I'm a
statute
good
miles
boy.
over Idaho.
See, I'm watching
Dragon
astronauts. I'm a
SpaceX
good
soft
boy.
capture ring retraction in progress.
Come on, man. Why y'all messing with me, though? Why you messing with my people? Okay, you got wholesome people around here. You can go and delete their comments, the lucrative comments. That was a good comment. You know, I could have you reported for that. I could be like, who the fuck was the Google moderator that's just willy-nilly deleting comments in my fucking stream? Who is that Google moderator? You want me to do that, bud?
On Crew
Back
Dragon.
up.
So this
That's
can
fine.
take several minutes, maybe
Oh,
about
man,
10
leave me
to
alone.
13 minutes. But slow
Why
and
you in
steady
here?
wins the
You're bugging
race.
us.
Crew Dragon is now at the International Space
Some
Station.
little kid ratted me out. No one's a spare. What do you mean? There's a Google moderator in everybody's chat?
This view
Maybe
over
he's
the
following you
shoulder of
around.
our commander and our pilot Mike Hopkins and Victor Glover. They are watching this all unfold via these three
Why do they have
displays.
mirrors on their hands? Are astronauts that vain? They're like, I don't know, how am I looking right now? Nah. And we're still good. Still looking like $1 million there, buddy. I love you. I love you. You're an astronaut. I got one over here too. Yeah, I love it. I love being an astronaut. I'm awesome. Why?
We've got some folks here watching as we confirm that soft capture
What's
there.
going on?
Everybody's pretty excited. I'm getting really excited. I can't wait.
They don't give them windows. They give
They're
them
almost
little
done.
mirrors
This is
on
the
their
home
wrists.
stretch.
And one day the capsule doesn't have
So
mirrors
once
anymore,
again,
Bob.
we had
But we give these
contact,
mirrors.
soft
You can look at
capture
yourself every now and then.
at the International
supposed to help.
Space Station for Crew Dragon at 8:01 p.m. Pacific time, 11:01 p.m.
Behind
Eastern
them?
time. Both
Oh,
vehicles
what-
were flying
what do they need to
262
turn behind them
statute
for? They
miles
can't- there's
over
no window.
Idaho. We're
back
now
there?
in the soft capture
Oh, is there like
ring
shit they have to,
retract period.
might have to,
We'll be
I guess,
looking
maybe.
for that ring to retract fully. These sensors will
be
indicate that
something
we
back
are
there.
ready to firmly connect with the International Space Station. That's called the hard
Man, they can't turn
capture.
their head for that long?
And that means
Oh, hell no, I
it'll
couldn't
be
do that.
time after that to begin leak checks,
couldn't be a
suit
astronaut,
doffing, or
astronaut,
taking
dude.
off their suits for the crew. Eventually hatch opening, so all those steps might take a couple of hours. But we will be here for their
I can
first,
barely even do an international
can't say
flight.
steps inside the space station, for their first floats inside the space station.
There aren't any other people with them. It's just them two. What do you mean? Other people. The illegals? Are they taking Mexicans to the moon? What's happening right now, dude? I don't know what kind of mission this is.
Unlocking complete sensor 1
Nobody
and 2
else in that.
OFS timer's been started.
They got them in the cargo space?
Dragon SpaceX, ring retraction complete. Docking sequence is holding for MCS reconfiguration.
Oh man, that fucking YouTube mod accidentally slipped their fingers what they did, man. What are they in here for though? Like why are they bugging?
Our visors at this time.
Why are they wasting their time? What they do, put their phone in their pocket and accidentally delete one of the people's comments? They're just listening to us now. You never know who's watching, dude.
Heard the soft capture ring retract is complete.
I got a PlayStation
system,
5 sitting behind me, by the way. It's right there behind me.
Thrusters to the U.S. gyroscopes.
It's unopened.
The other voice you heard was that of NASA astronaut Kate Rubins monitoring the arrival of her 4 new crewmates inside
I should probably
Crew
take it out of the
Dragon.
cardboard so I can flex with it.
Everything's still going
I'll be
smoothly.
back.
We're currently awaiting that hard capture to be complete. As we mentioned, it can take about 10 minutes. Confirmation, we are now on gyroscopes on the
Dragon End station on the big loop, MCS configured, proceeding with hook driving.
Yeah, Dragon copies. Good news.
Copies, thanks.
Good news indeed. MCS, the motion control system configuration is complete. We have now moved to those gyroscopes instead of Russian thrusters, meaning the hard capture sequence has begun.
Got here, boys. What we got here? Ooh. Thank you.
And the hooks are currently driving into place to give us that hard capture.
Congratulations on your PlayStation 5.
Though, it will take
the
some
big day
time,
is finally here.
Before we can open the hatches. They will perform some leak checks.
Thank you for your
sure
support.
That it is safe
We really
to
hope you
open
enjoy the journey.
both the A-Pass hatch
As a small token
and
of our
the Dragon
appreciation,
hatch.
please visit a PlayStation store to got their team a special gift. And it gave me a code. You want it?
That could take up to
Welcome
about
to the
an
next
hour
generation of
after
gaming.
hard
Best
capture is
regards.
complete.
Signature of somebody. Should I wait on this, y'all? Should it be like a special? Man, maybe I should wait till after the fucking space shit. I want to full screen it, but I don't want to interrupt the space thing, man. You know what I mean?
You were initially discussing, looked like we might have an 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time docking, and we did
Give it away
have that
now.
contact and capture coming at 8:01 p.m. Pacific time. So very close, and that was even with us holding for a little bit to allow the crew some better visibility. Hard capture sequence now underway.
Probably
We're
should.
standing by for that confirmation. I know the astronauts have to be loving looking at all of this data. Tons of excitement. I know they've enjoyed their ride in
Hurry up,
Crew Dragon.
astronauts.
They were having so much fun during the broadcast, but I can only imagine their excitement to be at the International Space Station now.
Now they're right there. Hard capture coming to a closure in a few minutes.
There's
then they'll
zero
be able to
chance
start
I'm giving
getting
that
out of their
PS5
suits
away,
again,
just so you know.
that they put on just for this
There's zero
approach
chance.
period.
I got sick over that shit, literally. Like, it made my immune disorder flare up and shit.
We've got confirmation that the first 6 hooks
The next
are
one, maybe.
complete and closed.
For sure. That's if I can get one. I try every day to get another one. No, I haven't played it. I just opened the first box. There's 2 boxes to open. I've never played in story there though.
Kate, we'll be ready shortly. We'll let you know.
I thought it was the second one. Oh no. And even when I do, if I get the second one,
As I
like
was mentioning, those first 6 hooks
it's not gonna be something I might give it away the night I get it.
Closed. The next 6 are
That would
on their
kinda
way to complete this hard capture.
Defeat the purpose. Be more like probably a Christmas giveaway.
Through patiently waiting and watching and monitoring on their 3 display panels there.
We also heard from Kate Rubens on the station side, asking if it was time for her to deconstruct her monitoring system where she's been watching the approach. Ground teams will let her know whenever they're ready for that.
Damn, it's 4K 120 Hz? I didn't know that, dude. Hell yeah, dude, I didn't know that. But some of the games are 120 frames.
Again, hard capture is underway.
I got a
Once
monitor
hard
ready to
capture is
go, bro.
complete, they will perform some leak checks prior to opening up the A-Pass hatch. Once the A-Pass hatch is open, they'll perform some more checks to make sure that it is okay to open the Dragon hatch. And in the meantime,
Dragon SpaceX hard
Hey,
capture
Russell,
complete.
thank you.
Dragon copy.
And there we heard the confirmation that hard capture is complete.
Dragon is officially attached to the International Space Station after arriving at 8:01 p.m. Pacific Time, 11:01 p.m. Eastern Time.
27.5 journey to station since launch yesterday at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time. How exciting. The crew must be so excited now that they're going to start doing the process of doing leak checks before they open those hatches. But they'll start taking off their suits and getting ready to enter the space station.
Station Houston on 2, you are go for tool teardown.
Copy, go, thanks.
That's the call Kate Rubens was looking for. She is good to tear down her station. She was monitoring the arrival of Crew Dragon. And things will be picking up inside the space station for her. She's getting the hatch on the station side ready to be opened. She'll also start pressurizing that area known as the vestibule between Dragon and the station hatches. And we are waiting for the umbilicals to connect Crew Dragon to the International Space Station. This will allow Crew Dragon to use the space station's power, audio, and data connections.
Resilience SpaceX docking sequence is complete. Welcome to the ISS, Resilience.
And SpaceX, this is Resilience. Excellent job right down the center. SpaceX and NASA, congratulations. This is a new era of operational flights to the International Space Station from the Florida coast. And ISS, Sergey, and Kate, we'll see you real soon.
日本の皆様、クルードラゴン運用初号機、無事に ISS にドッキングしました。国際パートナーの一員として、民間宇宙船のドッキング成功に立ち会えてとても幸せです。我々レジリエンスクルーは、訓練の間、そして打ち上がった後も、様々な困難な状況に直面し
He
ましたが、
says that the sushi in space is now good, and they can't wait to get home and watch more anime. The anime is no good.
Crew one for all.
And he loves America. Said hurrah, America.
Resilience Station, welcome to the ISS. We can't wait to have you on board.
Spectacular job, Resilience. On behalf of all the flight controllers around the world, welcome aboard as we embark on 7-person crew operations and more milestones ahead for the station.
And with that, ground will be enabling hardline power and comm connection shortly. You are go to doff your suits per procedure 4.012. We will configure video to go external momentarily, and we'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay, SpaceX ANL from Dragon, we copy 4.012 and standing by for the cameras.
You heard some...
And Dragon SpaceX on the big loop, cameras are external.
And Dragon copies 4.012, suit docking inward.
Heard some clapping here in Hawthorne at SpaceX headquarters, and even saw a little bit of celebration aboard Crew Dragon. Once it was confirmed hard capture was complete, Dragon was attached to the International Space Station. And then an amazing reminder just how important it is and how international the International Space Station is. Words from Soichi Noguchi, the first international partner to fly aboard a commercial space exploration agency.
Down.
What an amazing, amazing journey
God,
this
it sounded like we went down for...
I can't believe that they are there now.
We did go down.
Docked to the space station. So excited to see them get out of their suits and eventually get on station.
Shitty ass internet.
Now that Dragon has completed
whatever I was doing right there with my arms, I hit some kind of vortex frequency.
We will be able to open the hatch.
You fucked with my internet.
The crew on board Dragon
you saw
will now
it.
get a chance
You
to
fucking
get out
saw
of their
it,
suits
dude.
before moving into
I don't
the
know,
hatch
dude.
operations, which is
I never
why
seen that
they're
happen
getting
before.
some privacy on
Who saw
Dragon
it?
right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I was
We
doing
heard
my
that
thing.
call for
I was
external cameras. And as we also heard, Kate Rubin's got the go to take
And then the
down
internet
the
went
station
down
she
for a
was
second,
monitoring
split second.
the Crew Dragon arrival from,
Yeah,
and she
okay.
is also getting things ready on the station side to welcome her new crewmates aboard.
I might have something,
She's
dude.
going to be getting the hatch
Maybe it's
ready
some
to
kind
be
of
opened on the station side. That's the Note
late
2 hatch.
age onset
And, then
superpower.
pressurizing
chill,
that
bro.
area known
Look at
as the
this.
vestibule between Dragon and the station hatches. And the station hatch that
It's
we're
fresh
looking
water.
at
It's bottled.
for that
Doesn't taste like
vestibule
shit like
area
California
is the
water.
A-Pass hatch. We had a great view of that as Crew Dragon was flying in. We also saw that little docking target for which Crew Dragon was able to align. And Kate Rubins will pressurize that hatch. We'll have a thermal stabilization period as well. And this means we will pause for a while as we begin to do leak checks. We want to make sure that there's no fluctuation in temperature that can make it look like there's a fluctuation in pressure. So we'll be pausing for about 30 minutes for that. And once it evens out, Kate Rubins will open up that hatch. She'll remove the docking target. And then it'll be a short matter of time before we see our Crew Dragon crew enter their new home aboard the International Space Station.
Yes, very exciting. So let's go to Brandy Dean for a refresher on what's ahead.
Start having
Dragon
morning
is
workout
docked.
routines on the Doe Show. 8 o'clock in the morning or some weird
Yeah,
shit.
it's so great to see a dragon there docked
I'll
on
be
the
the
end of
only
the
one there.
Harmony node and ready for the new joint expedition to begin. What better way to celebrate 20 years of continuous human presence in space than by adding a 7th crew member to the long-duration crew on board the space station, allowing them to do more work and more science. But before we do get to that, we do have to get them on the other side of the hatch, and that is what is ahead of us for tonight now at this point. That is still a little ways off because it does take a little bit of time to get all these hatches open. There's more than one, in fact. When Kate Rubens gets the go from the team here on the ground, she will be doing a short check of the pressurization inside the pressurized mating adapter. That is the tunnel that basically connects now the Harmony node to the Dragon. Assuming that looks good, and it should only take a minute or so, that will be opened, and then she can start the next step, which will take a little longer. The small area between the hatch on the space station
man. Why does
and
everything
the
take so
Dragon has
goddamn
been
long?
exposed to the vacuum of space until
slow as
now.
hell.
So it needs to be filled with air, and that takes a little while.
It's just
Kate
air.
Rubens will be working on that for the next hour and a half or so.
What?
But after that,
hour and a
we
half?
will
Yeah,
be
we
able
won't
to
be
see
here for
all
that.
the crew members together for the first time, which we were really looking forward
I'm
to.
not looking forward to that
But
much.
we'll keep following along in the meantime, and for now, I'll pass it back to you
That's
guys
going
in
to not be
Hawthorne.
seen here.
Thanks.
No, sorry.
Thanks,
Why are you so
Granny.
happy?
So exciting. We're getting very, very close. It's been such an amazing journey since launch yesterday at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time. We watched them from the beginning, from them suiting
Creepy
up,
smiles.
making their way to the pad.
That's more natural. There you go.
Riding the fixed service structure, ingressing on Dragon, getting into their seats, getting
Is this
strapped
live?
in.
Yeah, it's
lift
live,
off
man.
at 7:27 p.m. Eastern Time.
Live as hell. It's live as it
with
gets, baby. We
a safe
did the
ride
direct
from
transmission
Falcon,
from the damn space
separating
station.
Dragon into orbit.
It's an absolutely amazing journey there. That's the only word I can think of right now.
think we was watching,
27
man?
and a half hours later, it almost doesn't even feel like that
known
long.
for being
so I
live.
hope
You-
that they've had a good
you don't
ride
even
in
think I'm
Dragon.
live?
It was amazing to see Crew Dragon earlier, that they were able to take us inside, give us a little bit of a tour, and then it had those 5 major burns. You know, we had one last night. The crew got some sleep. And we had the rest today. We also added in a few additional maneuvers in there, or I should say the Dragon computer added those maneuvers in there just to keep us on the right trajectory, and obviously it did a great job. Crew Dragon arrived at the International Space Station at 8:01 p.m. Pacific time, 11:01 p.m. Eastern time. And this view coming from inside the International Space Station,
can they start
looking
doing
at
this
the Node 2
topless?
hatch.
Imagine the views then. Hey, come on, man. I didn't mean it. All right, dude. They cut me off. They said, you know what? We don't like how you're rebroadcasting us, saying that shit. I get it. Look at CJ. Wait, I know how we can do it. CJ's actually doing a recap of DC right now. I wonder if he's doing it on YouTube too. Let me see. Yeah, he is. Yeah. CJ gonna give me a break right now. I love you, CJ. You're my boy.
And people are trying to find a way to express that.
He'd have my back, I think. I don't even think he would give a fuck.
Condone them going out
If I hit him, I was like, bro,
or hurting people,
I've had your backs since the beginning, man. You copyright
or putting people in a position they feel threatened in their own homes or in their own streets. It's never acceptable. I'll never get behind that.
I didn't
know. We
know.
get to a place where we can change the way
It's
people
okay.
operate,
John
and
Doe,
change the way
not
that people
today.
interact.
We're buddies
Because
now.
if we keep going in that direction, guys, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and we're going to polarize to a point where we're going to have militias in the streets.
That guy
and
even
we're gonna
got
have
sound
guns.
command
We're gonna
and
have
shit.
situations like what happened in Kenosha.
You're our favorite
And I hate
streamer,
talking
CJ.
about it too much,
Come on,
but
man, don't do that
you
to
saw
me.
what happened, man. I know it's going to bring up a ton of questions here, guys, and I'm not going to jump into Kenosha, guys, because we've been down there before.
Dude, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow,
Really
Patrick.
dig into tonight. But,
I have to do that. Don't give me a clip, dude. You'll ruin it. If you want one from it, don't tell me what it is, dude, because it won't be that one then.
Bluntly, and people give me grief, and again, you guys, I'm going to do my best to just be as real as possible with you guys. I try to maintain.
It does something
I'm
to
going
it
to try
when
to
you
be as
pick it.
authentic as humanly possible. So I'm going to tell you very clearly that, like, I've covered BLM events,
especially
in different states that have
a
been
movie that I haven't ever
that have
seen.
been beautiful and moving and powerful and and prolific.
It gives
in a
me
way
a
that
bias, so it
me
fucks my head
and had
on
me
it.
ask questions about my own understanding of what BLM even means. And I say that because they were operating with the understanding and principles of Black Lives Matter.
If I start letting people
There's people that they talk
have the
about,
ones
and
they
you heard that in
choose,
conversations a lot in the streets in DC on Saturday
then
about the Black
everyone
Lives
will
Matter
want to just
organization,
pick
and then
the one they want, and then that gets
understanding
weird.
That goes behind.
Because then I got to tell
Black
people no
Lives
a lot.
Matter.
Because usually they don't want ones I don't
Is that
want.
mattering?
Someone say yeah for the second.
That's how it was in the beginning, at least. Maybe now you guys have gotten
But
smarter.
I've covered some marches that were incredibly peaceful. That had no. We walked for 38 miles and we're pointing for pro voter to elicit voter awareness. And in that there was a large BLM presence, and it was
buy CJ a new microphone
it was peaceful
or something.
and it was powerful. And I went to an event in Chicago that was hosted by the families of some of the victims of the police shootings that have taken place and police brutality. And we're talking about some of these other people, and
this guy's pulled
they
somebody
were
over. Right?
Touching. I'm a very empathic individual, and it opened me up to feeling things that I wasn't expecting to feel. And then I was, standing on the streets while the Proud Boys were out there, and
clicking
all these
on some
supporters, and they were singing the
shit,
national anthem,
and it's not
I
working.
got all choked up. And, wow.
Out of here, CJ. All my shit. Policing our community, or shooting in North Carolina, or what is this? WYDEEN. Let's see. WYDEEN. IGUA. IGUA. Why does your name have to be so weird? Oh, Iguana Eyes. Iguana Eyes. Ring Gold. What shit is that?
Yeah, it sounds like it, right? Definitely.
Dude, these PlayStation 5s, the one that I have behind me right here, this one, these things are so hot, or like a hot commodity, that I was actually like trying to like watch the things today, trying to get one, and as I was refreshing pages,
to 13th Street, because I want to see it.
Right, like I am about to right now, just to make sure that
I want to see the
he was talking to his friend out there, and he was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, PS5, that's the one you want." And he's like, "How much you pay?" He's like, "Yeah, I paid $1,000, man.
Right here, going right here.
Make sure you get the PS5, not the PS4." Like, damn, this shit's like everyone's starting to talk, like random people down the street. They weren't even kids, dude. They were, of course, paying $1,000 for some shit. They were
Bearcat is up there.
like, this is the most wanted thing on the planet right now.
Oh.
PS5, dude. Why? We're about to find out. Oh, SWAT.
They talking to him right now.
We got a SWAT situation.
Yeah, how about that? Is they ready for the lockdown? They all on here talking nonsense, making all jokes. It's serious. But is y'all ready for the lockdown? Feel what I'm saying? My scanner not working then, cuz I hear nothing. Danita, because they not operating right now. They all on Scepter 3 right now. I mean M3 right now. So they not on Scepter 3. They operate this whole SWAT team activity is operating on M3. So you're not gonna hear no transmission. Right now they're trying to negotiate with him to get him to come out with his hands out. Trying to get him to come out with his hands up. They're negotiating with him. Intercom speakers on our spokesman was on top of the Bearcat, the armored truck. They just did a little flashbang, little thing going on. Anybody? Yo, Eric, Eric the geek.
You geeking?
What's happening, cuz? Yeah, right there, up there.
I heard something go boom.
Flashbangs.
That's what that was.
Yup.
I ain't joking.
He caught you on guard. You say, what you
I was
do?
in the crib. I like boom, then a boom. I just ain't putting on mine.
Some people said it shook their house.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay. No one has said anything but Patrick Bevan since. All right. We're done with this segment of the show. We're actually closing this stream out. I might come back later. I don't know. We'll think about it. Thank you all for showing up to this show, though. That's awesome. Because this motherfucker's already died. It just started, so I might as well quit it. You know what I mean? Hiya. Good night. I'm not going to bed. Are you? Whatever. I don't care. Bye, guys.